Welcome back to episode 4 of the Really Okay Hockey Podcast. Real quick, it is delayed, I think, by a couple weeks. That's my fault this time. I decided, what the heck, let's have spine surgery. So, like a week and
Transition surgery.
It's all Nate's fault.
yeah, I'm like a week and a half from spine surgery. So, doing okay. Every day is a little bit better, but I'm out of hockey until April. I posted a picture on the Instagram and the Facebook if you want to check it out. But the guys are continuing to play hockey, so we'll still have clips hopefully coming soon. But anyways, let's get to the podcast. Let's start talking. We'll start off with the Warrior Winter Classic. Chicago Warriors versus the St. Louis Blues Warriors played in it at Fifth Third Arena. It's the Chicago Blackhawks practice facility. A lot of it was sponsored by the Chicago Blackhawks. It was really cool of them to put that whole experience on for the Chicago and St. Louis guys. From what I could tell, they had a lot of fun. The next podcast will be while we're all in St. Louis for the Gateway Warrior Classic. We are going to be doing a podcast
Always a good time.
from there with guests from the St. Louis Blues Warriors, talking about just the Blues organization, the Blues Warriors organization in general, talking about the Warrior Winter Classic, talking about the tournament that they put on every year. That's fantastic. So that'll be a lot of fun. We're also going to try to do a couple live streams. I think I'm going to plan to set up an Instagram live for it and a TikTok live for it. So it'll be kind of our first live streams for both of those. So you can tune in and chat with us. We'll have it open so we can interact with chat. You can ask questions, talk smack if you want to. It's all fun. So I know I tried to watch they had a stream open like the Blues do every year. The St. Louis Blues Warriors, they
Did you
do
want
like
you
the
watch?
game stream. I tried to. I couldn't get in it though.
Really?
Yeah, I tried at first and I don't know. I didn't try again.
I know they do are really good with live streaming, like the Blues game, like the Blues Warriors games. They have their own commentating team and stuff like that, and their own production. I think that's really sweet.
Fucking cool. They do it really
Yeah,
good.
I
do a
really
good
wish
job.
they would bring that, and a lot of people would see that and use that as an opportunity to not only expose their talents as commentating, sportscasting, and stuff like that, but you're doing it for free. You're doing it for veterans. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's why not?
No, I remember it was good. It was really good. A couple years ago, we were in St. Louis, and they gave us all a link to. I think we made it to the ship in our division.
Yeah.
And I was able to send it back to my wife, and my kids got to watch, and
We also got
bang one in, no big deal. So
we also got to watch the video back, and I clipped a part of it. There's one in that game. I think my first shift, one of their guys, I was trying to bring it in the zone, and one of their guys just absolutely trucked me, dude. It ran me over, and I clipped it and made a funny video I posted on the social at the time. It's still up there.
It's not the one where you got all pissed off, was it?
No, I don't think I really got mad from it.
He never gets mad.
No, I definitely get
He
mad.
never gets mad. No sarcasm.
But it was funny. The clip came out great. I was mad when it happened.
A little spicy.
But it was kind of funny to get the clip from it. And I put it with a sound that was trending at the time, too. It was really funny. It made myself laugh. I don't know how many people it made laugh as well, but
I like your content. It makes me giggle.
yeah. What's our content now?
All the giggles.
Yeah.
I can giggle at us now.
So, apparently the Warrior Winter Classic was a hit. They all had fun. We're going to talk more about it at the next podcast with the actual St. Louis Blues guys. Probably could even bring in. I'll talk to Chicago guys. Maybe we'll get a Chicago guy in there as well, so they can
Kind of talk about
a little back and forth. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I've got friends at the Chicago Warriors, so
Tell us how
that'll be
many of their
cool.
teammates blacked out during the social.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll be really fun. The next Winter Classic they already announced, which is kind of odd, is in Florida.
The roller hockey one.
What?
They're gonna have to play roller hockey.
Yeah, how is that going to work?
Is that
Because I know
outdoor.
they did the thing in Lake Tahoe where the
Everything
ice was
melted.
barely keeping up.
The ice
Yeah.
They had to
so
delay the
iffy,
game till
man.
night.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they just got snow in Florida a couple days ago.
They got snow in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Listen, I lived in Florida for many years. They are not going to be able to host a game well unless it's in the evening, and they put a lot of infrastructure into keeping that rink fucking cold. Hence,
Well.
roller hockey again.
We'll have to
I think
connect.
that'd be interesting if they did a roller.
Dude, it'd be
That'd be
sick.
cool.
That'd be
Do like
pretty
the old
gnarly, I'm not gonna
California
lie.
beach ones where they got the little wraparound behind the goal and shit.
Like the old pro beach hockey.
Yeah.
dude.
Sand gets in your skates, you eat shit.
It's great.
What if they like made it like a big old like bubble hockey thing, where like it was a
A
see-through dome,
like a dome.
see-through dome, and it was they had it working, everything was cold inside, and then everybody around it could see.
Yo,
How wild would that
Snow
be?
Globe.
Snow Globe Winter Classic,
Winter
dude.
It's a
Classic.
How sick would that
Snow
be, dude?
Globe Winter Classic.
A legit.
I would want to
would
go
watch
to that.
that.
I would want to go to that.
I would definitely.
I mean, they would have the cameras in the globe, so like televised.
Inside.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
but
gotta
like
see, 'cause-
spectators would be outside the globe.
They're hot as fuck. It's
Yeah,
like
dude,
70
everyone's in,
degrees
like,
out.
tank tops.
Everyone's in board shorts and flip
Yeah,
flops.
That'd be sick.
Snow
I would
globe.
love that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It's like, and then they walk in, and you see like everyone's fucking visor like fog up because you go from like humid like 90-degree weather to fucking.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be funny.
Well, they just did the All-Star game there. What, last season? The season before that?
Yeah,
that was
also
pretty cool. They had a lot of
an
cool stuff
indoor
going on there.
arena.
Well, yeah, I'm saying like
yeah.
I'm just saying they put on a good show down there, so I'm sure it'll be again.
They
like
can,
to see
they
how
can
it's
I would
host
just
it.
say worth
It's
it.
gonna be challenging just because the Lake Tahoe one.
Oh yeah. that
I
was-
mean,
Yeah.
both my favorite teams were in it, and it was a fucking disaster.
Oh wow! Would you wear an Avs hat?
Yeah.
Would I rip
I
you?
mean,
would I rip you for it?
Obviously, this guy's not.
yeah.
This guy doesn't even like Vegas.
Oh,
Do you hear about that?
Out of all four of us, I'm the only one born and raised. No big deal.
And he actually likes the Seahawks
No, not the Seahawks. The Kraken.
and the Kraken. He supports all Seattle teams.
I like
Hey
the
man,
Kraken.
I was stationed up there. You gotta show.
I was
some love.
too
Yeah, so shame on you.
for not liking my home team over because I was actually born in Vegas too.
Were you really?
Born again.
Oh my
Such a.
That's such a Taylor Swift line.
We're gonna cut that from the pod. We're gonna cut that.
Did you just Swifty this whole conversation?
Oh,
That's
Born
make
again
a heart.
Christian.
Z. How do they do the hearts?
I'm getting goosebumps from the cringe.
Hey, hey, so that'll actually give me a segue into what a little clip that I want to talk about though, real quick. Is I was wearing a Kraken hat, and I was wearing a Kraken hat. It's a range hat, but it's awesome. It's multicam, and I got it when we were actually doing our Winter Classic.
Yep, up in Seattle.
For Seattle and Vegas.
A lot of fun.
and-
Great event.
Which was awesome for us. Not so much the Knights, which is a bummer, but
I scored a hat trick that the
yeah,
game.
no big deal.
Oh,
I didn't bang any in. I only had 2 apples. Whatever.
We got on the
Um,
score sheet. That's all that matters.
Yeah. So, but with that, I was stationed up there for my entire time with 2nd Ranger Battalion. So that area, the Pacific Northwest, is nice to me. My wife loves it. If it weren't for all our family back down here in Las Vegas, we'd still be up there, to be quite honest.
And quite depressed.
living
Yeah,
in Forks where the vampires.
What are
stay.
you gonna do? However, so
Rain.
but what Z's referring to is when I was wearing this Kraken hat, it was over at SHOT Show that was here in Vegas. I didn't go to SHOT Show. I don't have connections or a lot of money to buy those tickets that are like $250 or whatever. But I got some free tickets to the 511 Tactical After Party,
Dope.
which was cool. I brought one of the guys. I got a buddy of mine who was he was a TAC medic overseas. He's on my fire crew right now, so he and I went and got to meet a lot of people, a lot of dudes from different brands, Netflix shows, and whatever have you, different special operations forces units. It was great. AmericanSnipers.org. Shout out to those guys.
Nice.
Complete studs. Recon snipers, Marine Corps Scout snipers. Just loaded. And what I really liked is over here on the table, I have this Horse Soldier bourbon whiskey, which is what I've been drinking a lot lately. And I'm not biased. It actually happened. My wifey and I went out, and they had the Horse Soldier bourbon whiskey on the menu. And it said at the bottom, or underneath it, it said any purchase the proceeds go to, I think it was Tunnels to Towers.
Now this is based off a Netflix movie as well, right? Like
Correct.
What was the movie called?
So the movie is 12 Strong. It's the Special Forces ODA that went into northern Afghanistan right after 9/11, and they had to insert via horseback. If you haven't seen the movie, watch the movie. It's
It's a great
phenomenal.
movie.
Got
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris
in it.
Hemsworth is in it. He's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Sold.
He's beautiful. He's like my third man crush.
Mm.
So, not
got
that
a
I
lot.
have
He's
a
got a
list. No, I don't have a list or
We're gonna see
anything,
that
but
list.
Chris Pratt's number one or whatever.
Oh,
But
boy.
but nonetheless, those guys are awesome. A couple of the guys were at that event. Got to visit with them, swap stories, and you could just tell that those are just legends and absolute studs and American heroes and grown ass men that did work and continue to do work. So it's nice. I'm drinking that, and just want to give a shout out to those guys. And I was rocking the Kraken hat, so it is what it is.
Long story short, he doesn't even like his home team.
We're hockey fans. Hockey fans. Like a lot of
I like
teams.
the Kraken.
I like the Kraken
Mark
too.
Giordano.
Hey man, you know. And
Stevens went there.
Stevenson went there, bro.
Yeah, Stevens.
Gotta love the Chan Chan, man.
Yeah.
It's also a Friends reference for those who don't know. But
It's also a Caps fan.
Oh yeah, he won here
here we go.
with the Caps. And,
I also like Grubauer. He was an ab.
Groob.
Yeah, Grubauer. Good dude.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I like the Avs too. Any Colorado teams, I'm in.
Yeah.
We're gonna be rocking Avs colors
Yes,
here
we
in
are.
a few months.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah,
We can
yeah.
too.
Yeah, we can. We're doing a really okay hockey beer league team.
Can we call it men's team? Can we call it men's league?
Adult league.
Well,
Some people don't drink beer.
Same.
Yeah, so we're doing the
Yeah.
bird.
adult league team, I suppose. We're doing an adult league team.
This is,
It's
Bubbly.
really okay hockey.
Bubbly.
All four of us are going to play in it. A lot of our
Champagne?
friends, some vets, some not.
When's that start?
April starts in April at
April.
City National Arena where the Knights play or practice, not play.
UNLV plays.
UNLV plays there. UNLV hockey is killing it lately. UNLV shout out
Fuck yeah.
their hockey
Did we have
program,
the
dude.
pod before they beat
Yes.
Denver?
Yes,
Denver,
we
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
We
I'm
don't
not
talk
gonna
about
lie.
them enough.
When my 5-year-old, he's gonna be 6 soon in April, ironically, who's just starting to learn to play, and he's a little stud. And
He's pretty good.
I'm
I've
not
seen him.
bragging. Nate's seen him. I'm not
pretty good.
bragging. Yeah, he's the next Noah Hannafin. It's all good. No big deal.
Let him enjoy it.
You know, just let me
Let him
have
enjoy
this.
it.
Let me have this. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, he's. I'm excited for that. I didn't mean to interject with that. Keep
I'm
going.
happy for you, man.
No,
That's
keep,
awesome.
keep going. I didn't mean to interject.
Yeah, we'll have the beer league team, the adult league team, men's league team, whatever you want to call it. We'll have some fun with that.
OnlyFans team.
The OnlyFans team.
Yeah.
That'd be
So
funny if we kind of came up with like a alternate logo.
yeah,
Only pucks.
Only pucks. Yeah.
Hey, don't anybody
Stick a
use that. We
pucks.
just it's trademarks here.
yeah, copyrighted already. But I'm sure you know, if you watch the channel, we'll have our jerseys up, wearing them for different videos or
They'll be okay.
hanging in the background, whatever. So there'll be Avs colors because one of our teammates is a diehard Avs fan.
He told me in a text message, and I'm quoting this. He would pay for the jerseys if we let him do abs colors.
Yeah,
You hear
This is
that?
the main
I
reason
know you're
we're
watching
doing
this,
it.
brother. I know
Van
you're watching
Montgomery,
this.
you're on the hook for our
Yeah.
jerseys.
Monty.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can
he
ha-
said his name. All right, yeah, Nate, you're watching this. I know. All right.
he's not fully, but he's definitely going to interject some of his own money to sway the jersey colors. But it's cool. They came up with a pretty.
Oh,
Him and
good.
his
Oh, good.
his
Oh,
girlfriend
good.
came up with a pretty cool chest logo for us. We have a new like channel logo. I'm still kind of tweaking a little bit that we'll put on the shoulders. So it'll be cool and you know get the brand out there a little bit more and we'll be able to use them for videos and shit and stuff like that too. So, but yes, a friend of ours is somewhat sponsoring the jerseys, and then we're looking for a jersey sponsor. Checking for that right now,
Could be.
if you would like to do that. But we have a couple leads. We should get it done.
Him.
We're pointing.
Her. Him. Her.
They, them.
All.
They.
Them.
Yeah.
All binaries.
Hey, there's new presidents. Okay.
Wait, no, there's only 2 genders now.
Shut
It's
up.
been
We're not going
mandated.
political.
According to
We're not
Pete
going
Hexet,
political. Anyways, so yeah, long story short on our little rant there, the next Winter Classic is in Florida against the Panthers against the New York Rangers. So there is the Panthers Warriors hockey team to represent the Florida Panthers in the potential Warrior Winter Classic that we're trying to keep going. I don't know about a New York team though. Got
I
our
don't
little
either.
sidebar over here. I don't know about a New York
There's the-
Rangers
there's things we
related team. I know there's the Long Island Warriors, but I don't know.
Can I make a comment about Rangers?
We're on a podcast, dude. How can you not make a comment?
Rangers and the fans.
Is that what's
Who
gonna
went?
happen?
You were at that game, right? The Rangers. Which game were you at? Was it Minnesota or the Rangers?
What are you talking about?
Knights versus Rangers. Knights versus Minnesota. I saw you there for one of the games. Was it against
Yeah.
the Rangers or Minnesota? I'm pretty sure it was
I
Minnesota.
think it was Minnesota.
Okay. So I've seen now, I think 23 different teams with Amanda at T-Mobile.
Mhm.
Every experience
brag
we've
about it.
ever had. No, I'm just saying, like there's been a lot of teams we've seen.
Mhm.
Every single team that we hosted at T-Mobile, we meet some fans and they're pretty cool. The only ones that were a little bit rough and annoying were the Stars, but they beat us and they end up winning that last series in the playoffs last year. So that was kind of an annoyance. But I
The
mean,
Matt Duchene goal.
yeah. Well, no, that was against Colorado.
Oh, that was Colorado.
But they were kind of annoying, but they won fair and square. They fucking won their series. They beat out the Knights. Up until that point, that was the most annoying fan base we had ever met. The fucking Ranger fans. It was 60% 40. It was 60% Knight fans, 40% Rangers. These fucking guys and gals were yelling during the fucking national anthem.
Ooh.
Go Rangers! Go Rangers! Go Rangers! I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's a
shut
no-go.
the fuck up. Like, I get doing the star thing for
Sure.
or the night.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not a Stars fan.
no, but
You
you've been
tapped on my shoulder,
but
like,
you've
I'm
been to
like,
games.
Yeah, I've been to
Yeah.
games.
You're not a fan, but
Yeah.
and even the Capitals, I think, say something during the national anthem.
Yeah, they'll do O and red. That's
But
it.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But to actually sit there and scream about your fucking team during the national anthem,
Yeah.
come on, man.
It's not
Oh,
cool.
it's subjective. I've been to different games and I've met different fans where there's some chill fans and there's just some fucking annoying people at hockey games. You know.
Oh, speaking of chill fans, I met fucking Rempy's girlfriend.
I was gonna ask you.
Oh
about that.
yeah.
She's
I
actually
remember that.
So Amanda and her are like besties now. They fucking talk all the time. And she asked today, is it okay if I follow Rob too or whatever? Just because or whatever. And we were sharing clips that we found of Rempy. And Rempy had a fucking assist today. So
He had a sick goal the other day.
Yeah. And did he?
Yeah, oh yeah. They made a big deal about it.
I didn't see it.
Oh,
He scored.
Yeah,
I just saw the photo on
Dang,
Instagram.
man.
I thought
Yeah.
I was like, oh, good for that kid.
because we only ever see clips of him beating the shit out of people.
Yeah, no, he had an assist today. They were talking back and forth, but like Amanda's like besties with him. We're eventually going to
Cool.
go to like a Madison Square Garden game, and
That's-
So-
Yeah, that would be cool.
What you're
That's
saying
pretty
is
cool.
Matt Rempe is an unofficial official fan of the pod now.
I basically
Just throwing that
told-
out there.
Yes, correct. He
Rempy,
is.
get on it, man.
Rempy, you're welcome on the pod.
We'll be
Welcome on
expecting
the
that
pod.
Rempe
Your
follow on
girlfriend, you guys
Instagram
are
anytime
welcome.
soon now.
Yep,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
it would be cool.
Yeah, we're probably gonna start getting some guests on the show.
Yeah, we tried to have a guest this weekend. We couldn't make it work, unfortunately,
Yeah,
with our
sorry about
schedules. But
Yeah, we'll do like some call-ins
mhm.
and stuff like that. But if we can get them in person, we'll definitely get them in person.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Would,
just gonna throw out Bernsey. I mean, I love you, brother. We met several years ago. Just trying to get you out here eventually.
yeah. Hopefully.
You got a little more important things going on right now, but you know,
well,
maybe in the summer.
there's always some time.
like playoffs or something like that.
Yeah, whatever.
NHL playoffs.
So yeah, once again on our little, we're
I don't
not
think
getting
we've
very
hit
far.
anything on our list yet.
We're kind of
concerned about notes. We're adding commentary.
we hit 1.5 things on our notes.
Seriously, you only need to put like 2 things on here,
I
and we'll
know
just fill
we
everything
will.
else. in.
That's
We are pretty good talkers when we're together, which is why this works out so well. Yes, next Winter Classic in Florida. New York Rangers, Warriors guys, like we're gonna need to step up. We need you guys to have a team.
I haven't heard of a team. I do know I've seen and played against like the New York Metro PD.
Yeah, like I've played against the
There's
cops
so much
and the
hockey
fire and
Yeah.
stuff like
out there,
that.
man.
I
I
mean,
can't
someone's got to
believe
step
there's
up to the plate.
FDNY,
So-
NYPD, they got plenty,
Right.
and I'm sure there's a shit ton of veterans that
Oh,
are
yeah.
involved.
If you want,
Yo, imagine if for the Warrior Classic they got the fucking New York PD from the you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The charity the game they do like every year where they do it at like Madison Square Garden.
Like the
Yeah.
Guns and Hoses game.
Yeah, but they like straight up chuck them. Like they drop the gloves and truck 'em.
Those
Just
are
imagine if they sent that team to represent the Rangers against
those
Like,
games are
oh,
wild, man. I
whatever.
love,
Central
Like-
Florida. Like, fuck.
dude.
They
The
tried to
last
sneak in Rempy.
Yeah, like who the fuck is this
Like,
guy?
who's that?
Tall
Who's
as
this
fuck.
guy?
the last
He'll stand
game
out.
they
He's 7
did of
foot tall.
those,
Oh, shit.
the fire guys had a fucking great celly. They
Oh, dude,
stacked
the celly was
the door.
so sick.
They did a fire stack on the door for
They did
the bench, dude.
It's called,
It was
Oh.
so
they call
good.
it forcible entry, where you
Yeah.
got one fireman on the Halligan, and one fireman on the axe, and he hits strike, into the door jam, and then you force the door, and they did that on the door to the bench, and
That's
that
beautiful.
was like a
Yeah.
year ago.
Yeah, it was
And I
wild.
remember
Yeah.
sending that to anybody I knew on the fire department, and they're just like, I don't know. What this is. I don't know what this
Chicklets
is."
posted it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
they did. Which
It was
was
really
awesome.
cool. Oh, it
Thanks,
was
Biz.
deserving,
You know.
dude. It was such a good
Friends and
celly. Friends- Well, not yet. Hopefully soon.
he just skated over there, slid, took a knee, did this. His buddy's behind him, and I was like, "That's that." If they don't like frame a still of that in their
Oh, there's got to be
their
somewhere.
study, a
Yeah.
man cave, whatever you want to call it. I'm bringing back the study upstairs. No big deal. If they don't frame that in there, I don't know what to tell you.
I guarantee there's pictures of that all over. That was so fucking good, dude. It was so
Yeah.
good.
That's a keepsake for sure, because that was a staple.
Anyways, if you are warrior capable or even just a veteran, you want to start a veteran team, hit us up, and we've started one veteran nonprofit for hockey. So if there is no team, like, I'm sorry if we don't know you yet. We're trying to figure out all the warrior teams so we can follow and kind of see what you guys are doing too. But if you guys need help setting up a nonprofit in New York City, like for a Rangers-based team, like hit us up and we will give you all the information we can to help you guys get started and do more great things for warrior hockey. So other than that, I don't really know other than Long Island, but
New Jersey has a team.
yeah, New Jersey,
That just
they have a
popped in my
great.
head, yeah.
Yeah, New Jersey definitely does. They were at the one that we went to in Jersey.
Mhm.
The championships one.
Next thing coming up, Gateway Warrior Classic. We've talked about that. It is a fantastic tournament every year. We will be there doing the podcast. We will have a live podcast during it, talking to all the great, people that put on the Blues Warriors.
You're gonna go live at the social.
Team. I could, yeah.
We're gonna
Sure.
try and go live.
Yeah.
Were you there
I
when?
won't be that lit.
Were you there when Glassner from Colorado got on stage and started taking his clothes off?
I don't think so. No.
Oh.
Was that that club thing where they always
Yeah,
have,
and he got up on stage and started taking his
Well,
clothes
I
off.
don't really remember that. I heard about it.
And he
I don't
started
know, I was-
yelling? Oh my God, it was beautiful. He started singing with him. Yeah, oh,
with the
it's
band that was up there.
beautiful. Yes. Oh, Glassner, I love you, buddy. That was amazing. Can't wait to see you do it again.
We still have a soundboard.
Yeah.
Shout outs.
Yeah. Oh, damn,
Soundboard's
that was
coming.
so funny.
Your own personal soundboard's pretty good though. That's,
Is it?
It
Yeah.
is.
Oh, I'll
It
just
sounds
do it.
legit.
I
I
think
feel
it-
like
you could
at
just make
every
cuts
like
of your voice and use that, like just slice it in.
if you like really think about it, at every like major warrior tournament, there's always something crazy that fucking happens. Whether it was in Colorado when we all took our shirts off and
Yeah.
started spitting it, or
Yeah, dude.
you got
made the-
Glassner up
that
on
went
stage in St.
national.
Louis. Yeah, that was shared on the USA Hockey page.
Yeah, it was.
It's just a trip. Something always what was it in Philly when we linked up with the Spit and Chicklets guys. There's they had like a beer tower going and shit like that. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a great time.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, it's a really great time.
Every warrior tournament is fucking.
Yeah.
Every warrior
fantastic.
tournament's great. There's something special for me. There's something special about St. Louis. I love that town. I love the community, and it's just fun, man.
Yeah,
It's well played. I don't know. There's something about it that just hits right.
they're very organized, which is helpful.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
But yeah, we'll be there February 14th through 16th. I'm not sure what time we're gonna do the pod. We're waiting for the schedule to come out so we can make sure because
Why don't you talk about the division?
that we're playing. The four of us are playing for two separate teams, all in the same division.
In the
Yeah,
same
that-
division.
the same
so-
division.
Although I won't be playing this year, unfortunately, because my spine surgery.
Oh yeah.
I'll
you're
be
you're my DD. You're my chaperone.
Fuck,
Make
dude.
sure I don't get in any trouble.
Nah, I'm gonna be drunk for sure.
I'm
I'm not playing. Might as well drink. But
Zach's fucked up. Where's Nate?
yeah, Zach and I were playing for one of the Vegas Veterans teams. Jerky and Z were playing for the other. We're all in the same division, so there's potential that the teams could face each other, which would be very interesting.
Hope so.
Yes.
So I unfortunately won't be playing. I'll still be going.
I'll be crashing every net on you.
I'll be flipping pucks into.
Are you playing back? I thought you were playing up.
I'll play up, but I'll just
Oh.
accidentally throw a puck over towards Nate.
Give me-
Hey, catch!
I'll get a game puck. Maybe I could go live if you guys face each other.
Hell
Dude,
yeah.
that'd be.
Yeah,
That
do
would
it.
go.
That'd be
yeah,
gnarly.
definitely.
Since I won't be playing, I'll try to live and do as much content
Hey,
as
if
I
we
can
line up
over
against
there.
each other, we'll just go.
Hell yeah.
We'll just
Drop
go.
Get suspended the whole
Yeah.
tournament, game one. No! No, it was a joke.
There's a
We're
kid,
really
we're
friends.
kidding,
We
there's a
have a
camera.
podcast together. I don't care.
All
Both
it
of you
takes
guys,
is the
no
first one to
fighting.
get me in the game. That's all it takes.
Yeah. So as soon as they release the schedule, we'll talk it over with the Blues guys, figure out when's the best time to do the pod, and then we'll put it out in the socials so you can watch live or just wait for the pod to come out as normal the following week when we get back. But it's gonna be a lot of fun for our first kind of like out there pod. So
Yeah.
we're excited for it. It'll be great.
Road pod.
Yeah.
Road pod.
Road pod. That doesn't sound right.
Dude, that's what it's gonna be now.
Rude pod.
Road pod.
Okay, we're moving out of Warrior hockey. One thing that we missed while I was getting surgery, the World Juniors happened.
Yo, USA,
Yeah.
USA, USA.
Oh, sorry.
Team USA back-to-back champs.
No big deal.
Ryan
deal.
Leonard, no big deal. Caps
Dude, it was
prospect.
they were killing it.
can't
All
play
tournament. Dude, it was
Captain.
a lot of fun to watch. It was a really good tournament this
It was
year.
intense, man.
Yeah.
I liked it. The energy was there.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was there.
What a disappointment for Canada, though.
Canada knocked
Like,
out
You would think
the
they would.
second year in a row by Czechia.
No check.
You'd think.
That's
Hey,
wild.
good on him though, man. Good on check, dude.
Yeah,
You know,
it's good to see these programs.
Representing the last name.
Yeah.
you guys are nerds.
Brother from another mother.
Yeah, that's I can't believe it because a lot of people thought going in like Canada was going to take it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, hockey is Canada's sport, right? I said that right. So
Yeah.
It's our national.
it's
Yeah.
so it's you don't ever expect them not to medal, and they did not medal.
As soon as the Yanks take it, you know, what we do.
I think
Yeah.
the most thing for like the World Juniors for me being biased was watching the two big Caps prospects play. Was Ryan Leonard plays for Boston, and then I think Lane Hudson's brother Cole Hudson.
Yeah.
Another just like Lane Hudson, just fast in the blue line, just unreal, great vision, kind of Quinn Hughesy
Mhm.
a little bit. So that was nice to see. But yet again, you know, red, white, and blue leading the way.
The Knights had their prospect there too.
Well,
Yeah.
Which one?
Connolly or what is
Connolly?
it? Connolly? Hold on, I'll look them up real quick. Keep
No, but I remember thinking about that too, and I was like, this kid's a stud too.
Yeah,
Dude, I like everything you said about Hudson, dude. Like,
Yeah, it's like
when he skates, it's very
Trevor Connolly.
Trevor Connolly.
Trevor.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's played for Team USA, so he was on the victorious team. No big deal.
Hey,
That's
man,
not the right.
yeah,
that's not the
accolades.
right notes.
gold medal.
Yeah, everything you said, you were talking about Hudson. I agree. The way he skates is just so fluid.
It's the skating and the vision. The vision, just the vision of like seeing, you know, late players coming in, third man coming in. I don't know. It's beyond me. Maybe I'm just getting a little older, but it's just the kids are getting faster.
You're getting into our world, man.
A lot of these programs, like USA's
One day.
program,
Yeah.
USA's youth hockey program is like getting super well developed. Like all these teams, obviously, the Czech program's getting well developed. Like, that's the sport's growing, and like the youth programs are having to develop and keep up with the pace. And so that's why we're seeing a lot of more of this parity between this, Canada's game every year, and USA and other European countries are hopping in on it.
There was a loss that Canada took this year in the World Juniors to one team where I was kind of shocked. Was it Latvia?
Yes.
Latvia
Yes.
was fucking
Yes.
that was insane.
Yeah,
I saw that game at a bar.
Holy
Weird.
smokes! Was it an overtime win, or was it was it late?
Oh, I don't remember.
I think it might have been. I think they actually controlled the game and were up by 2 for the majority. I was watching it.
I think
That's just
Canada
crazy.
made a good push at the end. But
Yeah, they
just-
got it close at the end, but I don't think it even went into OT.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I don't
just
think
crazy
so.
to
I
me,
don't
but
remember. I don't think so though.
I low key love seeing
It was
that.
it was a
other
shootout.
countries just stepping up and like
especially
Wait,
like
what?
taking out
countries you don't even know how to
USA
say
or
it.
taking out Canada.
It was a shootout.
Yeah, it was a shootout
It
win.
was a shootout.
Was
Yeah, they beat
Yeah.
them 3-2 in a shootout.
Well,
I
Brain
do
damage.
remember that.
yeah.
It was
Yeah,
Latvia's
something
first.
like that.
It was Latvia's first win against Canada in World Juniors.
Yeah, shocker.
The real disappointing thing is all the World Juniors this year took place in Canada. So like that's a gut punch.
It's a
Like all the
double rip.
medal games, it's like
Yeah, I
Why, you
remember
know?
the media coverage was just so gloomy for like TSN and stuff like that. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
was
It
it
was-
in Edmonton?
well the Latvia game happened in Ottawa. I'm not sure if it was over a couple of different cities.
That's probably why he's in Ottawa.
No, I feel for them. I feel for them. That's a tough loss.
Yeah. So yeah, man, World Juniors was crazy this year. I expect it to go wild again next year. I think there was a couple of good players that were left off Canada's roster, like that they were kind of complaining
I know
about.
Andrew
Like,
Cristall was left off.
yeah,
I believe.
who was this? I don't remember. There was this one salty player, like when Canada lost against Czechia, like this Canadian World Juniors was supposed to be on the World Juniors team, got left off of it, like reposted it, and they made a big deal
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
he said, "Shit, don't everybody look at me because I'm not gonna remember this." But I remember him saying some bullshit. Yeah, but I do remember that because
Yeah,
I think you and I said something about it,
probably. Yeah,
and I remember just thinking like, first of all, I was thinking, "Hey man, if you want a picture, I'm picked. I'm sorry, but
yeah. That's
Like-
that's a boatload
I mean, they
of
have
salt.
people hired to make those decisions to put the roster together, and they have to take into consideration of what they got going on, what kind of roster they're trying to build. They're trying to have some sort of grit in the bottom six or kind of mix it all up and down the lineup. But I mean, that's what the people are getting paid to do. And, unfortunately, they didn't come out on the winning end.
what they say in the movie Miracle, I'm not looking for the best players, I'm looking for the right ones.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah,
God, I love that movie.
Bedard's cousin was on the Canadian team too. I think it's Gavin McKenna. I want to say.
Yes.
Yo,
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
The
He's
kid is
nasty.
gnarly, man.
Yeah, he's an insane player.
Drafted him in
We'll
Shell.
see what happens though.
Yeah,
We'll see what happens.
it'll be interesting to see where he lands.
I love your boy Betsy, man. But
Oh yeah, big
He needs
Betsy
help.
fan.
everyone
Dude,
gets
Betsy-
Betsy needs help.
Dude, 100% needs help. Chicago is a
help.
dumpster fire. I love
No,
Blackhawks.
no.
but-
Granted, Nick Foligno was the right signing and
Oh, yeah.
the right leadership.
Yes.
But you need to build I feel like Bertuzzi could step a little more. Hall was a disappointment.
Yeah.
Hall
That's
was
going to
a,
bring us to another point of conversation. But yeah.
yeah, and I think I saw right before he got traded, they had him in a projected lineup, slotted on the fourth line.
Mhm.
I was like, for a guy to get paid,
Taylor
Hall, a guy getting paid that much to be on a fourth line
Yeah.
role is
The problem is
that's a miss.
the teams, dude, is full of like the NHL wingers that are on their team are like bottom six guys anywhere in the league, and like the ones that shouldn't be in the NHL are AHL guys. So he is like zero actual competitive help who can play the puck with
You're
him.
trying to rebuild, and I understand that. And you get good leadership, who has veteran presence, and is a good dude, a good man.
Mhm.
And then you've got an all-star in Bedard, and you're trying to build around that. There's not a lot of wiggle room after that, so it's tough. So I understand.
yeah,
So you bring in these wingers, as you say,
Tuvo Teravainen. He's got to step up with Bedsy.
I
feel like
he
you
does
get
need to
that.
step up. I agree, 100%.
I feel like if you have Tuvo Teravainen and you get Bedsy, and then you go out and get somebody like Mason Marchment that kind of adds that size, or like a Lawson Krause,
Yeah.
you know,
That
where
wouldn't
it's
be
like,
bad.
you know, don't touch my fucking player. You know, you're gonna get rocked. I mean, you got Nick Foligno there,
That's
but I feel
supposed
like
to be Foligno's role a
Foligno,
little bit.
he's getting a little older, and he's got to focus more on the organization, not just protecting.
I
star
feel like
child.
Kyle Richardson, their GM, is just focusing too much on draft, on like
Yes.
Yeah.
bringing young guys up
And I
to the
think that has
draft.
to do with experience.
And he also had Lucas Reichel, who's a first-round pick for you guys out of Germany,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Mhm.
And he's just kind of he's been up
He's-
and down.
He's a talented kid, but he's not constant. Like
Mhm.
like I said, he's a bottom 6 at best. You know,
It's disappointment.
But
You know, it's change of scenery. Look at Capocacco at Seattle.
yeah,
He gets a
Dude.
change of scenery out of a third line role. Now he's top 6, and he's on a streak for a minute.
Dude, I'm telling you, right player, right coach, right town.
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, the Blackhawks are just kind of a mess. Like they have an interim coach right now. You know, they have a really young GM. That's I think he's still trying to kind of learn what he truly wants and how to build up a competitive team. And it's not great. And you got Bedard, who's a rose going through a rundown basketball court. You know, so
You sound like me trying to explain to somebody why I'm a Raiders fan.
yeah, exactly.
You know, we don't need to go down that road right now.
No, I mean it's
We
there.
got like 3 Broncos fans in here right
it's
now.
it's there. I mean it's obvious. I've heard it all. I've heard
3
it.
Bo
I know.
leaders
I know.
right now.
I know the team sucks. Trust me. I know everything top down sucks.
Yeah,
Except
what-
for Pete Carroll. Saying
I don't even want to go there. He hasn't heard it, so.
we're not a
Anyways,
football pod. We'll
yeah.
talk about that later.
Yeah. We're just ranting.
We're just
Like-
talking shit.
Bertuzzi, like he's either on or he's fucking ice cold and nothing is happening. Like
Yeah.
I used him in parlays over the last couple of days, and like there was a night he was on fire. It was against Vegas. He had 2 goals.
Yeah.
He had 2 goals. I think he had 6 shots. I just needed him to shoot the puck twice at the fucking net today, and I would have cleared a parlay that was
And he
going to
was
pay out
not.
like $100. He had 0 shots.
Didn't show up.
He could be a piece of shit to play against too.
Yeah,
from what
no,
I've seen.
he's-
Yeah.
He's a little ratty, yeah.
Yeah, he just like I don't know, like I didn't get to watch that game live because I was watching the football game plus the Knights game.
Mhm.
But I just kept refreshing it to see if he had shots, if he had an assist or anything. And even Bedsy only had 1 shot in today's game. Like, but the day before or 2 days before, whenever they played last, I watched that game against Tampa. I think it was. They were both buzzing. They were both buzzing, and Tampa unfortunately got that win like right at the end of the fucking game.
Yeah.
And then of course I was an asshole and brought up your trade.
Wait a
fuck-ups.
minute. You're an asshole? Never.
Not
Get
possible.
outta
Shocker.
here.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
so goalie situation.
Go for
with
a
you
lap,
guys.
dude.
Peter Mrazek. Do you
Yeah.
think he's the guy, or do you think it's more of a filler until you find someone that's available, or you find a goalie that can obviously take that role, like a Sebastian Kosa from Detroit or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Mrazek has done an amazing job, like what he's been asked to do. Be a solid goalie in front of a garbage team, and he's really good at that. But he's not, he's not going to. If the Blackhawks are going to get good, he's not going to be
They're not
that
being
number 1
favorites up
starter.
front.
No, they've got a couple of really good guys coming up, as prospects, but I'm not sure who is going to be, the number 1 guy for years to come.
Oh, I
for them.
know. I don't know if he is on his last year, but Freddie Anderson in Carolina.
Yeah.
Last year they've been giving Kachekov like a lot of good looks, especially he's been injured. So I have a feeling Carolina's going to go younger side, obviously with Kachekov. That'd probably be a guy to get looked at. That's definitely a 1A goalie for you guys.
I don't think, at least this year, like I don't see the Blackhawks picking up anybody at the trade deadline or anything like that.
I mean, they just sold Hall.
Yeah.
So.
We have a whole section on
Do you want to go? You want to just go ahead and jump into that since we're
Hey,
fucking.
Nah,
they got their draft pick though, so we're all right.
We'll get there. We'll do an HL last, but
Yeah.
we're getting tangents.
Yeah.
We'll finish off World Juniors. Finland took 2nd place. Czechia 3rd place.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it was a
Those
solid
my people. You didn't get that.
World Juniors this year. So
You're American.
I thought you were from Vegas, bro.
Seattle.
Yeah,
No,
right.
I thought you were a Seattleite.
oh no, I'm picking buttons.
Citizen of the world. Okay.
Real quick, we're gonna touch on the Four Nations face-off. Again, it's February 12th through the 20th. We talked about the rosters and everything yet.
Bro,
No-
I hope it's not
perfect
like a
timing,
fucking
too.
all-star shit where it's like
Yeah.
Kucherov going down, nonchalant, loses the puck, meh, goes to the bench. You know, I want to like see people try.
Yeah.
I think they'll try
I
more
want
than
to
the
see.
All
I
Star
want
game.
to see him fucking.
So
Yeah.
play,
I still
bro.
don't know. What is the incentive of the Four Nations face-off? Is there a cash reward? Is there a donation reward? Is there a
I
charity?
want to say there's a cash reward.
I don't know if
Like,
there is,
what-
but
what
I
is-
just like the entertainment purpose. I like
Right.
how it's like, hey, look, we're gonna have this in season.
Round robin tournament
Yeah,
against
kind of
four
deal,
countries.
Pull these players from the regular season, especially creeping towards the end of the season. What is motivating them? to
Yeah, so the players-
participate?
Their love of country, bro.
I mean, yeah,
what do you got?
but they also have to focus on playoffs.
No,
you know what
I
I mean?
get
There's
it.
got to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
some sort of
no.
monetary.
What do you got, Nate?
The winning team obviously receives trophy and medals, and players receive compensation. I think that's only for the winning team too. So if you don't
So
win,
like personal compensation, like
Yeah,
a little more
little
cash.
more cash.
Yeah,
Little
well,
cash.
All right, Gary,
Some more shekels. Some more
You guys-
shekels.
fucking
You guys
throwing money
hear-
for retirement.
You guys hear Petro Petrangelo
Yeah,
announced
he's out.
he's going to be
What's
out.
up with that?
Some
He
sort of
has some
ailment.
sort of ailment that he's worried about it becoming a lingering potential injury. So he wants to focus on just working with the Knights.
Who
and trying
replaces
to-
him?
I don't know.
Did they replace him yet?
They haven't. I mean, this announced today.
Oh, it was today.
yeah, I
Oh,
didn't even
damn.
hear that.
I get news like days later because I'm
Yeah,
late, 'cause
it
I'm late, so-
announced today. They were talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been a lot going on with it. Like they don't even have captains named yet for any of the teams. I mean, Canada, it's pretty much a shoe-in. Sid's going to be the captain
I know who
America,
can replace
Jack
him.
Eichel, no big deal.
I know who can replace him.
as the captain.
No, just on the blue line.
Oh,
Petro?
Petro, who?
Jacob Chikrin.
Jacob
Yeah.
Chikrin's American. bro.
Chicky?
Oh no,
Petra's
No.
Canadian.
Chick-
Chikrin's American.
he is
American.
American.
Yeah.
I thought he was
American.
Canadian.
He's American.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
Send
Who
more of
gets
your
one?
players. Send more of your players.
And I love Jacob Chikrin.
Jacob
Yeah.
Chikrin.
Chikrin.
I fucked that
Chikrin,
name
yeah.
up. My bad, dude. Chicky.
Chicky,
Jacob
Chicky,
Chicky.
Chicky.
American ice hockey defenseman.
Oh, well.
And he's a stud.
We never claimed to be the best hockey, podcasters. I guess I don't know what the fuck it calls, but yeah, we get things wrong.
I want that to be on record.
Yeah, put it on record.
That'll be it.
And then
we'll make it a clip.
We'll compensate in St. Louis. Open ice hit.
Yeah,
It would be the first open ice hit I took in St. Louis.
I'm not sure.
I think I rocked one here, dude.
Jesus.
I'm not sure who would jump in for Petro. I
Oh,
mean,
no, I
it's
think
not
it's
like
all
they're.
new.
It's not like there's a shortage of Canadian defensemen. who can
Right, you know
fucking-
what I mean?
Putting in my vote now, Arbor Shackeye. Wi-Fi.
He's not
Wi-Fi?
Canadian.
He's not Canadian?
I'm just, I don't know.
think he is Canadian.
I don't know. I'm just busting balls at this.
Montreal.
Yeah, I know who. Yeah, I know who plays for. I'm just saying. I don't think.
Did you guys see fucking Ryan Reeves get ragdolled by him?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I felt bad, dude.
Throwing that out there.
And I was hoping Revo was. Revo tried to fight him. I don't think he did.
Who?
Revo and Wi-Fi.
No, they went.
he got
Did they?
they
he
went.
got
They went toe to
stitched.
toe, and he got fucking ragdolled.
Didn't Toronto just blow him out after that? Anyways, though.
I think so. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
6-2 or something like that.
Yeah, they got
but,
the Revo definitely got the last laugh. I don't think he won the fight though.
mm-mm.
I'm pretty sure Wi-Fi won that fight.
No, he went out and went toe to toe with Matthew Olivier with Columbus.
What are you
That was
doing,
beautiful.
bro?
saw that one. Saw that. That one went on for a minute.
Oh yeah,
That
they
went
were
on for a
they were
minute.
exchanging.
Over here
dude.
trying
Dude,
to
I
download
remember
Trojans.
looking at this going,
You ever see
Okay.
they started doing those punch counters?
yeah.
Like, look at, oh man, those are what was it, the old one or earlier this season? It was like Gadjevich and Dylan, New Jersey and Florida.
Yeah.
They did like a punch counter, and it was like they got into the 30s for both.
Jesus.
Yeah. Gadjevich at the beginning had his jersey over his head, so you can't even fucking see, and he's just wailing. Doesn't care. Just chucking him. Matthew Olivier's a monster.
Olivier's a
I
beast, dude.
I love how they're bringing
There you go. Click
or
on that one.
maintaining that old school hockey. I know like there's some people that are like, oh, we don't want fighting in hockey. And then some, old school guys are like, we need it there. We need to,
It's got
As
to
much
be.
as much as I utilize like in
I like to see both sides of it.
yeah,
I get it.
like
but,
in my game, how like I love the speed and finesse.
What the fuck? You
I
gotta watch
love
the
it
video.
because that's part of my game
Mhm.
mainly. Because I'm not gonna go.
Read more,
Honestly, I'm
click,
not
read
gonna
more.
go and hit you. I'm gonna try and go around you. You know what I mean? Because I want to use my speed. However,
It's also the opposite for me. If I know you're fast, I'm gonna get in the way.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like and I respect that portion, and I love the chaos
Mhm.
that ensues.
Yeah.
Bouchard is a possible.
Oh, he
Oh,
wasn't.
yeah.
He wasn't on there originally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. That.
That's sick. He's awesome.
Yeah.
I think he got left off because he was injured when the rosters were getting made up, and they were unsure about him.
Hamilton from New
So I'm sure
Oh,
Bouchard.
Dougie?
I'm sure
That'd be
Bouchard
Dougie?
will be the one to
That'd be-
take it.
All right,
Drew Doughty's come off.
Weir from
Flames.
Dowdy's already on, right?
No.
Dowdy was in
No.
This just came out like
Dowdy was in a red jersey the other day, skating with the team. So I doubt he's not going to be ready
I thought
for that.
he was
but-
already on the roster. He's not.
No,
Hmm.
no, because he blew his ankle out,
Fuck me. All right.
so he was questionable for a while.
Love me some Dowdy, man.
The deadline for players or for rosters is February 11th, day before the first game. So I'm sure probably next couple of days. I'm guaranteed it's going to Bouchard. That he's going to get picked up.
that would be the smart.
It was question. I remember when we were doing the rosters for originally that it was, everybody was questioning why Bouchard wasn't picked in the first place, and that was what came up was his injury at the time, which he's recovered from. So
Mhm.
it's going to be Bouchard hands down. You once again clicked on the Rod Pod notes.
All right, we're gonna cut this. 'Cause we
We can keep talking.
Fine.
Make sure it's recording. I do that while you're
Yeah, that would be unfortunate.
We're gonna take a short break to have a sponsor commercial.
First intermission now.
If you want a cold one, man?
who-
They're in the fridge, man.
Who do you guys?
Top
recording.
of the fridge. If you want a cold one.
Right side, left side.
Top. The right one. Right door.
It's literally his spot, dude.
Oh yeah, and the next one. Oh, we still got we didn't talk. Who do we think captain's going to be, other than Sid? Team USA is a-
threw out Jack Eichel, but
I would love.
it's either Jack or Austin.
I was gonna say it's one of those.
Or
Chuck.
Quinn Hughes.
Quinn.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
Hughes?
captain for
I
Vancouver.
Can't see that.
Oh,
Dude, I
Quinn
love
and
Quinn, dude.
Quinn and
He has a different leadership.
he's a very quiet leader.
He
seems like.
is quiet leader. He's not your raw guy.
Yeah.
Which, hey man, in like on my fire crew, I'm not that raw guy either. My captains
See
are.
if it's recording up top. Is there a red blinking light?
I'm pretty sure I
on-
see the red light on the bottom, but
Yeah, it's recording.
okay.
Like I'm not a raw guy. My captains are on my fire crew, but
Yeah.
So I looked at them a lot for that type of energy.
Mhm.
Like I'm just more of like an example. Like I'm like, hey, I'm just
Something
gonna go do it.
Quinn Hughes.
Set the bar.
No, Quinn Hughes doesn't. From what I've seen on like the what was it, the NHL?
Insider.
Yeah, on Amazon.
Yeah, that one on the Prime show. He doesn't really lead that way. He doesn't even really
He's learning.
talk that way. He just
Learning.
does the
Leads
job.
by dancing the blue line.
Dude, he dances the fuck out of it.
And he's a-
right
he's
now.
a
Did you see his
stud,
backhand
and he's
goal
not
the
a
other
big
night? Oh
dude.
my god, disgusting. That
Yeah.
was his first shot of the night. Dude.
Like you think of a defenseman just being a burly motherfucker, and then he's
Yeah,
just
he scored
not.
both goals against Caps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
his only two shots were goals.
Mhm.
That backhand goal was fucking disgusting.
I thought the one from the wrist shot from the blue line, it went short side between Charlie Lindgren and I think one of their forwards. It was like short side. I was like, you can't stop that.
Say you win that one, bro.
Yeah, you can't
You
stop
win
that.
that one.
He's sick.
Are we giving our picks for
Uh,
captains or what?
We were just talking about it. I hope it's Eichel. Guessing,
I hope it is too. So I'm
Yeah,
representing.
I'm guessing it's.
Friend of the pod.
Yeah, just
Friend of
saying.
the pod.
Friend of the pod.
I'm guessing
Lives
it's probably
here.
going to be
No big.
Quinn. I hope it's Ike's. I'm guessing it's probably going to be Quinn Hughes, just because he's the longest tenured captain. I could see them picking him.
Well, Jackie was a captain before Quinn was.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah, he was captain of Buffalo for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, I think Jack's the best choice.
You're probably
But I'm
right,
biased
but
as
I'm
well.
pulling for JE9, man.
So it'll be
Canada's
interesting.
probably
I'm not-
Sid. You said it right. I mean,
Yeah.
You know,
And I'm not sure who
Barkov.
Barkov, yeah. For
I think that's a
Finns.
no-brainer.
Oh
And then Hedman.
and probably
I think it could be Hedman for Sweden.
Oh, it could
I think McDavid for Canada or
Over Sid?
No,
No,
Sid.
They're not
yeah.
gonna pick him.
I mean, I don't know. It could be like one of those like torch things.
Yeah.
There you go.
Kind of like the
I
bar.
think
know what
that'd
I
be a
mean?
little bit insulting.
Knowing Sid, he probably would do that. Like,
Yeah.
They'd be like, yeah, it's
you
fine.
know, like,
I'm,
They'll just
I'm
make him like an
guessing
assistant
Sid's
captain.
asking them to pick someone else, and it's kind of like McDavid is saying, like it's
So I
gotta
know
be
everybody
Sid.
wants Jack Eichel, but you don't think Austin Matthews isn't going to be?
Oh,
the
I
guy?
think he's
I said Austin
Oh, yeah,
Matthews too, but
Probably one of them three for USA's captain.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I mean that's accurate.
I would personally prefer Jack.
What
Eichel,
about
but-
let's go into like Finland? What do you think?
we did. Barkov will
Carlson.
probably be Finns,
Oh yeah, Barkov.
and then probably Hedman for Sweden.
There's also Aho and Rotinen, but I see more Barkov.
Barkov is a leader.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, he's your guy.
Plus,
Yeah.
he just won the Stanley Cup as a captain. You know,
Yeah,
so.
no big deal.
No big deal.
And he wears my number. No big deal.
America, you could go
I wear his
Matthew
number.
Tkachuk too.
Yeah, I said that earlier.
Yeah.
Chuck could be an option.
There's a lot of good options. I wouldn't want to have to pick.
No.
Make that pick,
Literally
especially the
all
guys
first line, like
who gets a
grade
letter
A plus
if they
players.
don't make captain. Like and who you leave off.
So now we're going down.
So what?
That's-
Sweden. I mean, we said Victor Hedman. Who else is really there? Is Eric Carlson still on the roster?
Carlson.
I think Carlson's on the roster.
He's
Yeah,
still okay.
he could definitely be captain if
He's
they
had
want
a
the senior guy.
disappointing year, from what I've heard.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Don't worry.
He's still Eric Carlson, man.
Yeah,
Nice.
he is a very good forward that's labeled as a defenseman. Yes.
That's funny.
While we're on the topic, let's break into the NHL. Jerky, you want to lead us off?
Yeah. Ovi's 20 goals away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's record.
He's gonna jerk him off, if you will.
He's not going to get it done this year. I don't feel like he is. I feel
Really?
he
20
either,
goals.
I feel like he'll either get it done in the playoffs
Yeah.
or early next season. But hey, he surprised me. I didn't think he was going to make it this far.
I mean, he
Never.
came. There was questions after he came back from breaking his leg. Like, would he jump back on the scoring like how he was?
He
And
didn't miss a beat.
Yeah, he did right away.
What the fuck was that? I was
Yeah.
like, okay, he's going to start out slow. They have other guys like Protus and McMichael buzzing, so they're going to get most of the looks. But he comes back and just,
Brodus was
Dude, he's
Picks right back up where he left off.
5-6 shots a game
I mean,
easily.
that's some freakish old man strength, dude. Like, I wish I could
It's
do
not
that.
that old, man.
It's
He just looks old.
extremely impressive what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's old for a
He's just-
professional athlete.
He's just my age. And
Yes.
So
damn it, jerky.
there's
what
someone
you
your
gotta do
age
that?
doing that. And that, like, I think about that, where you see these kids, and then you go out and you see like someone like my age, like Evgeny Kuznetsov,
Yeah.
and I look at him, I'm like, he's my age doing that. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like,
What the fuck are you doing?
yeah,
Jerk?
man, I need to go on more walks. I need to, yeah.
Yeah, Ovi's 20 goals away. How many games are left? What are we sitting at, man?
Oh.
We just hit over what 50? Do we cross
There's probably
50?
30 games left, I think, right now.
We crossed 50. I think the Cavs
Oh.
are at like 51 games.
So there's shit. So
31.
there's still tons of time. man.
That's why I was
31
thinking
games.
he
like
could
it might
easily.
be possible.
It's possible. Man.
I looked it up the other day. He's scoring .69 goals a game.
I say he
played.
does it, man. Like, I
Is that
say he
included
does it.
when he was hurt?
I don't
That's
think
Not
so,
included
man.
when he's hurt.
Mm.
Like going off of, so he's scoring more than half a goal a game.
So you think he's going to do it this year?
I do, man.
I don't think we make it out of this with probably 30-ish games left and at least one series in the playoffs.
Because at this point, you got to start looking at, all right, they're not focused on records. They're not focused on. They're focused on getting their teams to the playoffs and performing.
That's fair.
And the
too.
trade deadline's coming up, so it's like they're going to start retooling. They're going to start repiecing. They're going to start working with what works better for the team, not just OV breaking.
That's
the
fair.
record, you know what I
That's
mean?
fair. And, we'll-
And
yeah.
I don't know.
The nice thing is what works best for the team is Ovi scoring goals.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
They're
like,
at 49 games.
oh yeah, they've got
Oh,
well over 30 games left.
yeah.
I don't think there's any chance unless he gets hurt again, or for whatever reason has to sit out.
on plastic.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think he makes it out of the season without being
Without
a
breaking
goal
it.
scorer. Yeah. So
My only thing is they signed him for a 5-year contract. He's on year 3 right now,
mm,
or something like that. Is he going to go back to Russia and go play for Dynamo and then just call it like that, or is he going to finish out his 5-year contract here and then
Why
call it and then go to
wouldn't
Dynamo?
you just like complete the deal? Like you're so close.
Yeah, and then just like push the bar even further for like guys like Matthews or
Dude,
McDavid to try
like-
and hit that.
and Matthews will be knocking on that door too.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
70-goal season.
Mhm.
Jesus Christ.
We all know I'm not a fan of him, but
Trust me, I know.
but I honestly think he could maybe do it this season. And he's still like, I think I looked up the other day, he's still 168 games away from matching how many games Gretzky had. So he's well ahead of that curve where I looked up, it was like 2.24 seasons left he would have to beat the record. Why not beat it? Why not break it and hit
Why
like
not?
900?
and push
Yeah.
the
Just
bar.
keep going.
Push the
Yeah,
bar
just
and
keep
then
going.
just retire. Like, I don't want to see it, but at the same time,
Do you think
I
he's
see it
pushing so
happening.
hard this year because he knows he doesn't want to play another season?
That could be.
That's a fair assumption. I feel like.
I don't know, man. I know he's built a legacy. They gave him fucking key to the city. On his second contract there? I don't know. I could see him finishing out the contract and then going back home and playing like a season or two with Dynamo and then just
Yeah.
calling that. I don't know. I'm rooting for him.
No way. Non-biased.
Non-biased.
It's it'll be odd when he's not in the league anymore. But it'll also be interesting to see how.
But that also means like guys like Sid's going to be gone too, and it's going to be his
Here,
new
I got
generation
the-
of players.
I got the numbers right here. He has 34 games remaining this season. He will still have a total of counting this season 153 games, which would be the max amount of time he has to beat the record if he wants to do it quicker
Within
than
Gretzky's window. Or whatever.
Yeah, like
Mm.
he'll do it before Gretzky did.
Right.
So, and then that works out to, so he would probably hit that 1,487 game mark, which is the Gretzky record, somewhere late 2026 or in 2026-27. And right now he's on pace with 0.69 goals per game.
nice.
Decent number.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Dope, man.
yeah, I was looking at the ChatGPT yesterday.
Yeah, I know. I haven't really been watching much Caps hockey lately, but
Well, the next one's Tuesday, January 28th against Calgary.
Against the Flames.
Yeah. So that'll
Have the
probably
Flames been on a heater lately?
A little bit.
They
Little
go
bit,
like back
little
and
bit,
forth.
yeah,
They
little
go
bit.
back and forth. They like
Hoobie Dooby Doo has been on one.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Dude.
He's relevant again.
Dude,
That's
I
crazy.
love me some
man.
Huberdeau, bro. I'm not gonna lie, and he's been fucking
I mean,
coming
making
back
fucking
up.
10 figures. You better
Mhm.
start coming back up.
yeah. It's nice when these guys who've kind of fallen off a little bit start coming back. And
Yeah.
Well, that whole back then, that whole trade, I think, really fucked with his head.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
100%. 100%.
So, and he was just kind of out of, and coming from people that have had their heads fucked with, we can all understand.
oh yeah,
Mm.
So it's
it-
nice to see him fucking doing his thing, especially like I'm watching him since he was in Florida, and I just love his game. I love how he is, and you know,
yeah.
I'm a fucking Hoobie fan, so it's nice to see him. crush.
I have a question on the Flames for you guys.
Mhm.
As like an Avs fan, and you guys are Avs fans too. With after the Avs won the cup,
Mhm.
the big Cardi trade out there, I feel like it's a piece that's missing from the Avs. And then I also feel like he took money and now he's on a shit team. That's my opinion, but I would love to hear, like, because I'm obviously biased
Yeah.
towards like the Avs part, and I kind of think it's funny that now he's on a team that can't go anywhere and make.
You're
the
talking
playoff.
about in relation to how Huberdeau, right? Right? Is that what you're talking about?
About just like Cardi is probably the best player in the Flames. True,
Right.
false.
Yeah. Well,
Top two.
recently,
Nazem.
recently,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
So
Reasonably?
maybe, Maybe.
Let's say
Maybe.
top 3.
Yeah.
We'll go
Okay.
3.
Top 3.
I think he does
Was-
a lot of good things, but then sometimes he's a little streaky. But
Yeah.
but
But like, why not stay with the Avs and like try to go for a second chip?
we don't
to back?
know, man. We don't know. A lot of factors play in, but you're probably right. You are probably right. Where he took more.
Did he
money.
get re-signed in Calgary, or is he still on?
He's still on that contract that he took
That's
when he
probably
left.
why
the
they
Avs.
probably needed to move money to bring in new players. Get
And
another
that's
signed
kind of what I thought
contract.
too.
Right,
Like
the money
salary
move.
cap.
Colorado
wise.
needed to pay McCarr too
Yeah.
because he was up and coming at the time, and now he has
Exactly.
been who he is now.
I think what McKinnon's at 12.5 right now. I think something said that McCarr is looking around 14 to 14 and a half per season.
So they were just like, hey, we can't pay you what you want or what you think you're worth.
And
You
I
know,
think
and
that
he
was a
included.
big reason
Yeah.
with the recent blockbuster trade
Mhm.
that we just saw. It's moving another big.
Which is
No,
actually
that we just saw.
Yeah, that's
Oh, it is?
the
This one.
next note. The Rantanen
Bring
trade.
us in. It's weird how we talk shit and banter, and then it brings us into our next.
That's
bullet
that's
point.
crazy. That's crazy.
Good job to
almost
whoever
like
put.
It's almost like Nate does this on purpose, and he's
Good
very
job to whoever
talented
put the
in
notes together.
writing our notes for
What
us.
notes?
I was off my meds when I was putting this together. I had to go downstairs to my house, tap on my computer, and it hurt so bad sitting there. I'm like,
Hold on, I'm on
Hey,
my,
you know-
I'm
you know
on
what
my
helps
meds.
with that?
I forget about it.
yeah,
You know what helps with that? I said it earlier.
You lick my butthole.
If your balls just drop,
Yeah.
and you man the fuck up, you'll be all right.
No, the transition took the balls
Take
away.
the balls away.
yeah. But yeah,
Are
we're
they adding
getting,
a tail?
dude,
That'd be sweet.
that'd be sick.
Yeah.
More balance. That leads us into the Rantanen trade.
Bro.
Mikko Rantanen was
That was
just
Way to
traded.
go,
Very-
Chicago!
That was very sudden.
Yeah, that was wild.
What the fuck?
One of those guys that you don't expect, like they're gonna move, and
No,
my
absolutely
God.
not.
they
absolutely
sent
not. No, no, no,
Miko
that's
to Carolina.
Dude, Carolina is all like overnight. Was already a force.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
now you add
much
Miko
stronger
and,
now.
and we kind of ragged on him, but Taylor Hall, I still think he's a stud.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Pair with the right players.
Yeah.
He can make
Oh,
magic.
I'm telling you,
He
like
can make magic.
I think one of my picks during our episode 1 with the Cup was Carolina,
Mhm.
and I just want to back that up.
Dude, they're gonna be extremely powerful now.
I
Look
just
at the
wanna back
roster.
that
Miko
up.
and
Hey,
Taylor.
just look at their
Deep.
forward depth.
It's so deep.
Forward depth.
It's
Defense.
looking
They have
a lot like Vegas.
Burns.
Just saying.
they got Burns on D. They got Pesci, who
Mhm.
was a top 4 guy. Or no, Pesci's on New Jersey. Sorry, they got rid of Pesci.
He went to
Yeah, he went to New
oh,
Jersey.
Shit.
But still, they have their D is stacked. They got 2 1A 1B goalies like
Yeah.
Kachekov and Anderson.
Sebastian
That's just
does
unreal.
his thing.
And then they
you
call
know, like-
Martin. Martin filled in, or Tokarski, one of those guys.
I couldn't
think Carolina's
believe
gonna
that.
be even more of a force than they were.
Mm.
Like
Oh yeah,
technical difficulties here on set. We'll be right back. Nate, we need you.
this is
to splice this part of that.
no man. It's gonna be a treat for the YouTube crowd.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Don't let a fister do this. It's gonna go the opposite way.
Shut the fuck up.
Did anybody ask you why they call you fister?
Oh, Steve.
Fisty. Anybody under 18? Well,
Dude, this thing's tight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
now screw it.
Mm.
Mhm.
I gotta turn this.
For those not on YouTube, one of the mics just fell over, so we're fixing it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I called.
I don't remember where this was.
It was dangling in front of your face.
Where most things
Sounds
usually
about
do.
right.
Recovery.
Anyways, yeah. So also something I couldn't believe is Natchez going to Colorado, man. Like
I don't know if you guys can keep up with him. He is, like he likes to say, he's a fucking stud, dude.
He's-
I think he was
He's a stud. He's a force.
he was leading Carolina this year in goals. So that's one of those ones that I was like, I can't see them getting rid of this person.
It's like a give. It's like
Yeah.
you're swapping out Martin H's with Mikko Rantanen.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Colorado
It's all top
got
6 guys.
Colorado got Jack Jury, Martin Hs, a second in the 25 draft, and a fourth in the 26th.
Jack Brewer is a Harvard grad. Just want to point that
Just gonna
out.
throw that out
I
there.
did not know that.
he's
Oh, I
smart.
can't drink.
Smarter
Just
than
wanna
me.
throw that out there.
It's delicious.
Thank you, sir.
I'll drink out of the next bottle you get.
Oh, hey.
That'll be in St. Louis.
Negus did really good today. He had like 4 or 5 shots on that.
Who did?
Martin
Can't
Hs.
The guy that just went to the Avs. I can't pronounce his last name.
Natchez?
Yeah, he had an assist to Makar.
Bro,
Dude,
he's check. Come on, dude.
this-
Natchez.
I know,
Get
but
with
like,
your people, okay?
He's been a beast this year, dude.
I know.
Like he's been on fire all year. And that's why it's wild.
But-
that
do
he
you
just
guys
got
think
traded.
it was a good trade? I like
For
got
who?
sad about Rantanen.
You know
Like-
who I think made out the best in the trade? Chicago.
That was
Picking up the bag.
Yeah.
3rd round draft pick.
Hey, put the bill on Chicago.
Yeah, man. They just got to pick the
Daddy
bill.
Chicago.
And
I was gonna say, where do we start with the rips here? Is that what we
yeah, and this whole
Bill first?
this whole trade, man. Chicago, they got a 3rd round from Carolina, and they retained 50% of Rantanen's salary.
Now,
but no 50% of Rantanen.
Yeah,
now I've seen other teams do that.
Sign here,
and
press
kinda
hard,
help-
3 copies.
Like they help somebody else out financially,
hmm
but then they get compensated like the next season with something else. Is that like a thing here?
that was
Or-
not
'Cause
mentioned.
I know Colorado did that when they took on Brooks Orpik's contract.
Yeah, it was not mentioned officially. Richardson and Colorado's GM could have some kind of deal like that going on. Like,
Joe Sakic.
yeah, I
Joe
don't know,
Sakic's a good dude. Builds a good rep.
but
That's probably what he's doing right now is building a good rep with other teams, taking on contracts, and then
yeah. I don't know. Chicago, like this is wild for Chicago. If there's nothing like that, like in the future, like
you'd be okay with it.
I mean, like why else would you do this as Chicago? Like you didn't need to move Taylor Hall. There was Bedsy was actually particularly upset by this because
he liked
he loved Taylor Hall, and he would
You
say,
scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
yeah.
Is that how the trade worked out?
However, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we'll take
Beds-
that if you give us.
Yeah. Bedsy was saying that anytime, I mean, obviously he's got a close relationship with Foligno, but anytime he had kind of questions or he was curious about anything,
Yeah, he
he'd
went
run him
to-
by
he went
Taylor
to
Hall.
Taylor
So he was saying he was playing sewer ball with him, but before the trade, and then all of a sudden he's just gone. So
You're excused, Z.
yeah,
I want to make sure that that's recording. Talking that mic. Just keep talking.
we are talking. They're both going up. These are all good.
Okay, all 3 of you.
Yeah. This is not our first podcast.
Sounds like bitch in
Like,
here.
the whole target falling would have been disconnected.
Oh yeah, okay. That makes more sense now to why you got up.
I'm glad it took you.
Like-
I'm glad it took you 15 minutes to check on it.
Well, I just thought, oh my god, what if we didn't record anything in the middle?
This is an off podcast, but it's Nate's surgery
So
pod.
obviously we know that the Hurricanes are going to benefit from picking up Ron and Taylor Hall. How is Colorado going to benefit from?
I'll tell you
I think
one
they get
way
a
they're
dynamic player who's going to bring speed and more. Well, obviously goal scoring.
You're saying he's better than Rantanen?
I wouldn't say he's better. I say he might be a better fit.
They might be able to. They're going to be able to pay
the
him
only people
less
that are going to
too.
know that are them. They're the only people.
Yeah.
That know,
You think they're going to pay him kind of or give him like a team friendly deal?
I think they'll pay him less. Honestly, like Rantanen's contract was up this year.
Rantanen, I think, was looking at like 14
Yeah.
14 to get re-signed for a big deal.
Rantanen this season is at 25 goals, 39 assists.
Yeah, he's one of the leaders on the team.
all I know is that anytime anytime the Knights played Colorado, obviously Nathan McKinnon is just who he
A
is,
terror.
and Makar is who he is.
And
But I would
Rantanen.
always tell Katie, my wife, I would always tell her, I'm like, watch this fucking Miko. He's gonna bang at least one in,
Oh, he does.
and he's gonna make a difference.
You get a playmaker out of Martin Natchez, and you get a playmaker out of Martin Natchez to feed the puck to McKinnon. You're going to see McKinnon score a lot more goals.
That's fair.
I
To-
mean,
to
the
back that
setup
up-
on Makar's goal was fucking beautiful. It was
He's gonna throw his goal
recently?
dynamic.
today.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Today, like he set up Makar. He came in. He had the shooting lane. It was him, one defender, and he does this fucking slick drop pass behind him, and
I do those.
Makar just like ripped it
Hey, man, you
through
got some
the
dirt on your
D and
shoulders.
through the through everyone.
I think that's exactly what Joe Sakic's looking at getting out of Martin Necas, and you get a depth center with Jack Drury there. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't really
Yeah.
make him
Yeah,
irrelevant.
Drury, yeah.
He's
To back up that statement, Natchez has 16 goals and 41 assists.
There you
so
go.
Natchez is most definitely a playmaker.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
think that's exactly what McCarr and McKinnon need.
I feel like that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
Fantasy Friday talking point as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get to it eventually.
One day.
One day.
Hit the subscribe button, like buttons, things that whatever.
So I think Carolina and Colorado will both make out pretty well from this trade.
R.I.P. Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago, man, just
Rest in pepperoni.
Rest in
Rebuilding,
pepperoni.
boys, it's all right.
maybe
Deep dish rep. Rest in pepperoncinis.
Hey man, I
Yeah.
like some deep dish. Get
We're
on
telling them to rest in it.
it.
I don't think Chicago's doing much this season. They're not. I don't foresee them picking up anyone by the trade deadline to kind of.
Did you classify it as a fire sale?
No,
You don't think they're getting rid of anybody else? Do you think they're going to
Chicago?
off season? Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, there's a chance
They
they could
have
move
besides,
someone,
like,
but it's not
Seth.
like the Penguins where they're looking to dump
Talking about the
people.
blue line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh kind of just
They got Martinez.
dumps who
Well,
they feel
oh,
like
yeah.
is
They
dumb.
need
Never heard of them.
They need to pick up some more weight on the blue line.
I don't know, man. There might be a surprise coming. You never know. I mean,
Man, that was a surprise though. The Raymond trade reminded me
oh yeah,
of
that
like
was a good one.
so I was looking at NHL like putting up like blockbuster trades that happened in the last 2 or 3 decades. And one of them was the Jack Eichel trade.
Mhm.
One of them was Bork when he left Boston
Oh,
and went to Denver. And they were talking about these trades that were instrumental to getting the team to a Stanley Cup within a year or two. Because Eichel
Interesting.
came to us, and then the following year,
Went and won it.
went and won it. Ray Borg went. They finished off the season. The following year, they
Mhm.
the Avs went and got their second cup. I can't remember the 3 others off the top of my head.
Wasn't there a Mark Messier trade
Well,
There-
when he went to
when he went to
the
New York?
Rangers?
When he went to New York, yeah,
Yeah.
they,
'cause
they won.
they won shortly after that. But he also won when he was in Edmonton,
Hmm.
right?
Well,
With Gretzky.
yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
That was
you
like-
might be honest.
They were young. They were
Yeah.
they
They
were
were young.
pretty young. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Messier went to New York and won it later.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm fishing at is I see this move super beneficial for Carolina to the point where they're getting that one ingredient because let's look, the last 2 seasons, the 2 years ago, the year the Knights won the cup, they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I
They got
swear to God,
eliminated
I
by-
thought we were going to play him. In
I thought we were too, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck, we're gonna lose home ice." The only way I was joking with Amanda after the first round of the playoffs was like, the only way we're gonna get home ice advantage is if Florida somehow takes everything. And they went and they beat Boston, they beat Tampa, and then they beat Carolina,
Mhm.
all on the road. Fucking
Yeah.
incredible. So Carolina makes it all the way to the conference finals 2 years ago.
I haven't
Last
had
year,
kids. I haven't
year,
had-
I thought they were going to go pretty far. They got picked off by New York.
Mhm.
They had a strong fight. I think it went game 6. So like you're missing that like little push through. So I see I didn't see it before, but I see Carolina having a stronger push for the cup than they ever had.
I feel like it's
before.
boom or bust this season too, because I mean,
Yeah.
they can choose to resign Mikaran in big money, or they could just give him the run, and if it's a boom or bust, you think they resign him because he's
Yeah.
got 1 year left, and they're not paying people cheap on Carolina,
No.
so
And just gonna stand by my picks. Carolina. You can watch it back. Episode 1, no big deal. I also did say Carolina or the Rangers, and the Rangers have kind of shat the bed. But
Rempy! Friend of the pod, Rempy.
Yeah, I could see them making a push to keep Ryan because I mean it's not a terrible destination, and
No, it's great.
the team it has been like on the verge of being great for
A
years
while
now.
I mean,
Yeah.
they won
Yeah,
that cup
they've
in
been right there,
2016
man.
with
You know,
Brind'Amour, Stahl, and all that, and they just want to run it back. And being a Cavs fan and being from North Carolina, like it's that is a hockey town.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They've got a couple years over the next few years where they could legitimately be contenders every year. and I think it's smart to try to keep Ron in, at least on a short term contract. You know, maybe not
Oh yeah,
Give
maybe
him a
not a
couple
massive
shots,
long
I feel
term,
like.
but
they're in good position right now. Like let's be honest, most teams that finish top 4, those are your competitive teams that usually like proceed through the playoffs, and they're in a top 4 position right now. I think they're second or third in the Eastern.
So then
Just
you,
gonna go
you
look it
sign him, get him like a 4-year deal, like 14 by 13.5 or something like that.
Carolina's
Yeah.
second in the Eastern Conference.
and the NHL salary cap is making a huge
Oh yeah, it's
leap this
bumping up,
offseason.
isn't it?
Massively.
That's good.
The biggest
That's
one they've
good.
seen in years.
It's good because like,
Bye, Zach.
dude, I got
Yep.
I got in an argument with someone about, hockey is the most elite sport, the most athletic sport. It's the hardest sport to play.
100%.
You could take some of our athletes and teach them to throw a basketball at a fucking hoop
I think any hockey player could do well.
in other sports.
Yeah.
Not like excellent, not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
tip of the spear. But then this fucking dickweed was like, oh, but baseball players get compensated way more and hockey players get compensated.
Sorry,
like
boy's
shit.
wife. He wanted some. She wanted some whiskey.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I've been in that same argument before, and I take more of like a, kind of a backpedal, and you see the pros and cons from it. Like you can't really take anything away from baseball, other than it's really slow, but it's very athletic. Like it's very you have to hone in your skills. You got to have the
Hand-eye
the
coordination.
hand-eye coordination. Like you have to respect the sport.
You
It's
talking
the
about
same thing with football. Like the
Baseball?
comparison. Yeah, comparing
Comparing it
Hockey's
to
the greatest
hockey,
pastime.
we're talking about like salaries
Right.
and difference. And
but like football as well. Like it's football, such a hard, gritty sport, but they play 16, 17 games compared to an 82 game season, hockey. But they both have different strengths. Like they're going for like 2 hours
what? No, most games are like 3 or 4.
on the
for
field?
football. On the
Yeah.
field?
Oh,
yeah,
my
yeah. So
God,
they're
yeah,
just
with all-
constantly going back
and
and,
then
forth.
you're going full sprint.
yeah, right.
I played football for years.
Yeah.
And you're going full sprint at somebody. When you're taking everything that you have, every torque that you have in your body. And me, I was not a big guy on the field, but I tried to hit everything like I was.
And then once the play's done, you have that 30-second transition.
Mhm.
Right. All right, this is the play.
What's next?
Let's go.
And now
right.
I'm doing it again.
Right, exactly.
And you do that over and over and over again for hours,
Right.
3 or 4 hours.
Right.
But I would argue though that hockey, you're out there and you're putting your entire body on the line. Your face is exposed.
It's faster.
You're
It's
not
a lot
running.
less consistent.
Yeah, that's a
You're
big
not
yeah,
running,
running.
but I mean,
Works
like,
different
dude,
muscles.
like you're skating. You're winning hopefully you're winning your face off, because you lose your face off, you spend the time chasing the puck, and that's exhausting. And these players are off the ice in 45 seconds to like a minute 15,
And they're
Because
exhausted.
You're
They're
giving
dead.
everything you got for 45
Everything.
seconds,
and then they're back out there. We were
Most
watching
forwards are anyways. I don't know about you D-men.
I don't know. I've seen Bryce.
So
I've seen
upset
Bryce
about
take
that
it
right
coast
now.
to coast. I've seen Bryce take it coast to coast quite a few times.
You're just
And still getting
you'll
back.
win the fire for St. Louis. Zach.
Yeah. if you guys face St. Louis, dude, you're getting rocked. 100%.
Wait.
Yeah.
Then we'll see who squats more.
I usually I don't dish it out. I wait to speak on the ice.
Yeah.
You're pretty quiet, bro.
Yeah, those are the psycho ones. Gotta watch out for those ones. I don't think it's fair to say that one sport is better than the other. That's just my
Yeah.
opinion. Everybody has their trials. Everybody has what they go through and stuff like that. Some people are different. Some people are gonna say this is better, that's better.
I just
Me,
don't think anyone can play hockey. Like it's a
anyone
very,
can play hockey if they practice. And it's
It's funny. Somebody made
it might not be great. Like what's it? Jalen Ramsey from when he was playing with the Jaguars was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, I can jump on the
I
ice
can
and
make
play
the
hockey.
pros in 6 months.
I can make the pros
That's
in
what
6
he
months,
said.
and they did like this. They filmed him trying to get out there with was it another NHLer like trying to help him like.
I don't remember
learn
who
to
it
skate and do
was,
all
but
that
they
stuff.
tried to get him. They
And
tried to
obviously-
help him.
Obviously, you see where the oh yeah, what he can do, I can do better. Kind of see where that gets you. So it's
I think the skating is the biggest thing.
right.
The ice is a great equalizer, as it was like in the military when you did drown proofing and you did any waterborne operations, the water was the equalizer. Your dude who was the PT stud, who was crushing every score, whatever it was, as soon as you get in the water, that was the equalizer. And I feel like in hockey, you know, the ice is going to be the difference. And I forget who it was, but there was some YouTube dudes who made a video that said hockey players are good at every sport.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, let me watch this. And they did. Every hockey player could play football. They could shoot a basketball. I would say that basketball might be the only sport that makes hockey players look unathletic because it's just different,
It's a lot different.
you know. But if you really worked on it, and I think basketball and hockey, there's a lot of similarities for someone who I grew up playing basketball too, so I figured taking both perspectives, it's like they can interchange pretty well if you actually work at it.
It's like Ovi's mom was a fucking Olympic basketball player for
Yeah.
Russia.
It's
So he can play basketball. He does it in the off season.
Yeah.
He can obviously also play hockey. So you just gotta appreciate the athletic capability of like people can do multiple sports.
Absolutely.
And he was playing soccer in the off season,
Oh, yeah.
just
Scored.
wrecking people.
Scored.
Just wrecking
Oh my
people.
God.
He's a freight train out there.
Some
Oh my
people are
God.
just gifts. I'll
Yeah,
say that. Some
yeah.
people are just
Yeah.
gifts.
Ovi is a
might be
gift.
One of them, man. He just
Might be, I
one
don't
of the
know.
fucking gifts. You know,
It's not knocking on the door for a
you know,
record.
Bo Jackson did what he did.
Or yeah.
You know,
Or
like
even like someone
Deion
like
Sanders,
Michael Jordan that
Michael
goes
Jordan.
from, you know, professional basketball and then cracks a roster in the MLB, you know?
right.
It's crazy.
And then he was a good golfer.
Yeah.
He didn't suck, dude.
Dude,
you know?
golf is a hard sport to be
Yeah.
good at.
I am nowhere near a golfer. My
Totally
dad's
off
a stud.
topic.
I suck.
Have you been seeing like stuff with Tiger Woods and his kid?
No.
Yeah.
Have you been seeing
I
that?
haven't
Yeah, with
Dude, his
Charlie.
kid just hit like a hole in one not too
Mhm.
long ago.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Dude.
This kid's a beast
he
too, dude.
swings
Well, you got the
just like
genetics,
them.
man.
When he observes his ball going down, he looks stands the exact same way as
They
his father,
did like
side by side.
they did an
The future's in
Instagram
trouble.
reel or something like that where they had like side by side comparisons of both of them cracking the ball.
exact
It
same
was, like,
swing.
the same swing,
Oh
same
my
torque.
God.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, he's the next
I'm
generation.
gonna watch
golfer,
that
for
later
sure.
because that's epic.
It's incredible. It's honestly incredible.
That's legendary.
Mhm.
Like, holy shit. You guys need to do something.
You guys are really good at putting that mic up, let me tell you.
Get it out of your mouth, Z.
You need to screw it tighter
Well, they cranked on it.
or a
It's-
little deeper.
is the underneath part a stable spot?
Yeah. Let's see the tape. You want to move on to the next talking point?
Yeah, speaking of people golfing, Taves is making a comeback, or attempting to make a comeback.
So why has he been out? Like I know that like
You don't want my opinion on that, but
we do.
maybe we'll get to that.
He's been suffering from long COVID. He had a lot of issues.
What'd you call it?
Long COVID.
Long-
COVID.
It's a real
Like I
thing.
said, you don't want my opinion on that.
It is a real legitimate issue. But
For fucking who? All right, so go ahead.
so yeah, he obviously caught COVID, and then he's just he dealt with a lot of lingering issues related to that sickness for quite a long time, and
Say
He's-
malingering?
lingering.
Oh, I
Not
heard
malingering.
I heard
Malingering.
malingering.
I would say malingering.
It was
But,
a joke. I was
that's
inserting
my
that.
opinion.
Same.
Yeah, so he hasn't played since the 23 season. He caught it before that, tried to make a comeback, and his body was totally out of whack. His 23 season was his last season with the Blackhawks. His contract ended. So he's a free agent if he wants to come back. I think he said it was in December. He came out with this saying that he underwent therapy in India. I looked at what that therapy was. There's some interesting acts involved with that therapy that I would not do. But he
Was he
swears
like fucking making out with snakes or something? Like,
no, like there's a
I mean, because I've done that.
yeah, there's like there's a regular like enema they get and stuff, and
Okay.
It's just a lot. It's odd,
Interesting.
but it's it's
Sounds like the
a different
Army.
culture. But
Stick this in your body.
yeah, he swears that it's helped him a lot to get his body right, and I think he was trying to make a comeback this season, which was all the teams thought that was unlikely, but they're saying possibly next season he could crack a roster again. I mean, he's just captain.
Didn't the Jets say something?
Yeah, so he's from the Winnipeg area. So
Oh,
the Jets,
shit.
the Jets are very interested in picking up Taves.
Wow.
I believe that's a lot of mutual interest there.
What if
and
they sign him right before the trade deadline?
that I
He
could
can go fuck himself.
honestly, I can't.
and they plug and play him, and because right now I actually watched a Winnipeg game the other night, and they had Nemeshnikov as the second line center.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, yeah, he's having a
He's
pretty
not
great year,
bad.
but if Taves picks up where he left off, or even beyond that, like even better, he comes back even better. You can easily put him right there, and they have a full 3 lines of
Yeah.
that you can interchange.
Winnipeg could definitely use the help, especially if Taves come back, even remotely the player he was. He was an elite center, responsible both sides of the ice, and
Oh
Just
yeah,
a star hockey
I'm not gonna lie,
player.
man. Taves is fucking stud,
Yeah.
and I love the guy. I just,
Oh, yeah.
If he
I saw
does
his
come
coach
back
jersey
to
at home.
Winnipeg, it's gonna open up a lot of stuff for Connor and supporting cast. He's gonna be. He's still Jonathan Taves.
Yep.
At the
It's-
end of the day.
oh yeah, I don't think his skills diminished. I'm sure he's going to practice. So the only question is his body ready to take it? From being sick. So
yeah.
I honestly I could.
all 180 pounds of him. You mean?
Yeah, I honestly could see him if Winnipeg really wanted to take advantage of what they've got right now. I could see them picking him up before the trade deadline, but you never know.
League men.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean he's going to help anyway.
That would be an eye roll pickup. If it was like league men, Jonathan Taves, fuck off.
Yeah. I could see him helping almost any roster he'd go on, and Winnipeg just makes so much sense because they have a need for him, and that's home for him. So,
and Taves, man, 3 cups.
Yeah, what
Captaincy with the Hawks. I mean,
yeah, he's
a guy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a fucking guy.
he's
My
won
own
the
opinion on the COVID thing. We're obviously not a political fucking podcast, but I have my feelings about it. I'm just like, you're the only guy in the entire National Hockey League that had this. What'd you call it?
long COVID.
Long COVID. Fuck the fuck off.
There's plenty of people that had the symptoms that
Well, he'd
have
be
suffered
the first
from
I
this.
fucking heard of, but
Well, in the league, yeah.
you know.
But yeah, man, like Taves
See what I'm trying to do?
quit messing with the table
Oh.
before you make the damn mic
That's how
fall
you break
again.
things. Fucking fisters, man.
Yeah, dude, Taves, Conn Smythe winner. He's a Selke winner.
Yeah,
Obviously,
dude.
3-time Cup champ. He's gonna help
Total fucking stud.
tremendously if he's
That's
even
all
half
he
the
does.
player he was.
That's your trademark.
Yeah.
No, I'd love to see him come back.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I
love
would too.
Taves.
I love the guy.
So that'd be very interesting. Let me look up
And
the.
especially you being a Hawks fan over there at the end,
Oh yeah, I would watch Winnipeg games and root for him.
So
I'm gonna love the
speaking
Jets
of-
now.
Speaking of the trade deadline coming up,
March 7th.
Dubas fire sale to Penguins.
Yep.
That's
Ha.
what we're hearing.
Yeah, he's said that pretty much everyone besides Crosby is available. So it's not. I don't see him trading Crosby.
You don't think so?
No.
Didn't Crosby just sign?
Yeah, he just resigned.
Yeah, he just
And
resigned.
he's adamant that he's finishing there. He doesn't want to go anywhere.
I don't blame him.
Which is,
Why would you?
I mean, it's kind of a shame. One of those things. It's such a great player. You hate to see them peter out on a team that's not up to snuff. But at the same time, he's Pittsburgh through and through. So
And that third bullet, Malkin, Letang, Rust, and Carlson all have some type of no movement clause. Is that full coverage, or is it modified? Are they?
I don't know. The one that I was seeing was Carlson. I didn't look up Malcolm, Letang, and Rust. I'm sure.
Would they
It's
have
full.
to waive it?
Yeah, they would have to waive it. So Carlson is
That
the
might be
one that it's.
That might be
So
a
that
thing.
would explain why he's on 2 phones.
Yeah.
Look at it. Hey, you want him? You're gonna have to wait for him. No, I don't want that.
No.
Carlson is the one that they're saying obviously likely that could waive that no movement clause, just because he's kind of hopped around
And
as
he
it
doesn't
is.
have the connections
to
Or,
Pittsburgh.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
like the link.
Yeah,
to
Carlson
organization.
definitely wants to play and hasn't won a cup, so he wants to go and win.
He's gonna go link back up with Burnsy and.
I was about to say, so
Yeah, I
who
see that.
right now who's in a cup contending position or a playoff making position could use I would say a top 4 offensive right-handed defenseman.
Yeah, I mean, off the top of my head, Carolina definitely pegs out there.
Oh my
Fucking
god,
picture-
that would be insane.
Oh, dude, I would probably legit be mad if they made some sort
Keep
of trade
him in the East.
where like they retained like some money. Oh, my
Oh
God.
yeah, so expect to see Chicago at another trade.
Oh
foot in the bill.
yeah.
Hey man, hey, what did I say? I said about it 20 minutes ago. I'm like, hey man, we don't know what's gonna happen. There might be some surprise. Who knows? Maybe Carlson might make his way on over.
Carolina gets
You know.
Carlson and Chicago retains 50% of his salary.
Chicago's like, hey, we still got 50% of whatever.
And Colorado gets 7th round pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, just you gotta complete the trio.
Just
you
for
know?
their troubles.
Yeah, just for the inconvenience.
For your phone call, we'll give you this.
But they're
We'll
willing
call it
to
a
move
day.
on from Malkin and Letang, like the 2 other guys of that
I don't
hometown
think so.
trio. Like,
Yeah, I don't think
so
so.
for right now, Dubas has said the goal is, as long as Sid's on the team, the goal is to win a cup again with Sid. Obviously, there's a full haul on the way, but while Sid's on the team, he says that's not available. So look for it to be as soon as Sid retires. They're gutting the Penguins, and
They're so far back too.
yeah,
They're 48 points. They're literally behind the Islanders now.
Yeah, I don't think that's really in the cards.
Last
I
year
think
they
that's
had a
why
good
he's-
push towards the end.
yeah.
they
I
haven't.
just don't think it's happening.
So the Pens haven't
Oh,
been in the
no, I don't
playoffs
think
since
it's happening
2022 playoff season. So
Say what?
the Penguins haven't been in the playoffs for going on 3 years now.
You know what I think the core of the collapse is for them was their goaltending situation,
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
where they invested. Not only did they can fucking Marc-Andre Fleury for Matt Murray.
Yeah.
Matt Murray was a bust. So they look at the next man up, Tristan
I don't even
Jarry.
think he's in the AHL anymore.
Who?
Isn't
Matt
he
Murray.
for the
Yeah.
Isn't he for the
He
Marlies?
was backing up for Toronto at one point.
Yeah.
But he's with the Marlies right now.
Yeah.
But then you get Tristan Jarry, and I don't know what the fuck happened with Tristan Jarry, but they put him on waivers and no one snagged him, so he's still sitting with Wilkes-Barre Scranton,
Hmm.
and it's like you have to address. That's one of the major problems and the major key points for a playoff team. You need to find that goalie.
Yeah.
You do.
So like
You
if they're really gonna take guys like Crosby and maybe keep them together with Malkin, Letang, Rust, probably not Carlson. Like who do they go out and get
You
to
need
fill
a
that
fucking
void?
tendy, dude. You need that championship tendy. You're absolutely
Do
right.
they go out and get Freddie Anderson? Do they put their trust into what's that kid's name? Blomqvist that I've seen,
Blomqvist?
or Nedeljkovic, Alex Nedeljkovic. Did you see that? He had a goal and an assist in the same game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that,
That
was,
was
fucking
wild.
gnarly, dude. The first one to do it in NHL history.
And didn't he have like goals in all 3? Like
Yeah, he's the first player
CHL,
to get a goal in
shit.
every one of
AHL
those.
and NHL.
Do you think
Yeah.
he's the guy, or
I don't know.
He could be,
Um,
just needs a little bit more rounding out. It's hard to say. It's hard to sit there and say, oh, this guy's going nowhere, and he's playing in front of, 4 grandpas and a bunch of no ones. So it's. I mean, the numbers could be bad, but you got to look at what is he doing? Like, is he just getting smoked? Just getting overloaded with shots and statistics. They're just going to sneak through sometimes.
I kind of look at Nedeljkovic kind of like a Connor Ingram situation with the Utah Hockey Club, where he was originally on Nashville and just couldn't. I mean, you're not going to beat out UC Saar,
Yeah.
But he gets the starts, so you just can't put it together. And then Arizona at the time goes out and gets him, and you get a 1A 1B goalie with him and Vmelka, and then now going into this season, he was the 1A. Connor Ingram was the 1A, and he was stellar, then had an injury or whatever. But I can kind of see Nedeljkovic taking that same route where they hit that reset, and then next season we see a whole new goalie where it's like, holy shit, this guy's for real. Or he just does, the typical Penguins thing, I guess, and pulls a Matt Murray or a Tristan Jarry and just can't hang.
Matt Murray's wild.
Being a Caps fan, I'm like, Penguins, but it's also like,
Yeah.
I want to see them.
As a
I want
hockey
to see
fan.
Crosby go out in a nice fashion.
And
Oh,
look,
yeah.
I don't think he's gonna win, but like seeing him compete, that would be like I think if they're getting back to the playoffs, if Crosby's last game is a loss in the playoffs,
It would be it would be disrespectful, in my opinion, to have Sidney Crosby on a losing team that doesn't make the playoffs in his last season.
as his last game, like he
It's
would
very,
much
very
rather lose in the
possible, though,
playoffs.
boys.
Yeah.
It's very possible and probably more realistic than anything.
Especially if they don't want to move him. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but like knowing like it's his like he does the Marc-Andre Fleury tour, and he's like, oh, this is my last time here. This is my last time here, and then knowing the last game of the regular season, it's like, oh, that's it for Sid the Kid. like that would be horrendous.
no.
Like
That's-
you've got to go out there. Like Sid's last game, he's like just for him and for hockey in general, he needs to be out there putting like everything on the line. Like this is my last professional game.
Fuck it.
I'm
Trade
gonna
him
die,
to Colorado, man.
you know?
Here's what's funny. You actually say that? That was rumors at the beginning of the season that
I
he
remember
could
Trade him to
he-
Colorado.
yeah,
Do
and-
him a favor for his
and-
legacy.
And because of the fact that they moved Rantanen, that frees up a
That does
lot
free
of
up a lot of
salary
space.
cap. I swear to God, I was actually thinking that while
Mm-hmm.
you're talking about. I fucking love Sidney Crosby. Of the two, he's my favorite.
Mhm.
Between
There-
him and Ovi, like I would love to see him go out winning. At
He-
least.
he-
I agree.
needs
He's
to.
mine between the two too.
So Weeksy,
as well.
Kevin Weeks posted a picture of something in Pittsburgh, and the Chicklets guys, I think it was Biz in particular, he was like hyping. He's like, because Weeks always has the inside scoop on everything, and Biz was hyping. It's like, oh shit, Sid to Colorado now
He's
that they
really
got that
pushing
room.
on that. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, we all kind of agree. If Crosby's gonna, retire, he needs to retire at least making a push or winning Stanley Cup.
Yeah, we'll see,
Yeah.
man. That's
Or
That would be-
Carolina.
Or
Oh shit!
could you imagine? Could you fucking
Oh
imagine?
my god.
I mean, either one really.
No.
Because the only thing I see Sid the Kid as is a pen sweater.
Yeah.
That's all
Well,
I see.
it's funny that you say that because I've also seen people, do those AI generated pictures and
Mhm.
kind of tease Sidney Crosby in a red,
Mhm.
white, and blue Caps jersey.
Oh my
And
god.
at first, I'm like,
This
no
guy,
fucking
dude.
way. But it's like also the same time, it's like we could use a center like that, where
Oh my
and you
God.
get these two legends that came in together and butted heads their whole career,
And
and
now
now
they
they
do
finally
this.
get.
And
to
now
play
they're finally
together.
cool with each other.
I mean,
Ma-
they've always been cool with each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like
Playing
they
game.
finally get to play with each other. And
Making
I
that-
would love to see that happen.
Making both because they're both at the end of their careers, making that last push to win a Stanley Cup
Because
together.
Penguins aren't in contention,
Hell
but the
no.
Caps out of nowhere, I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Are in contention. That would be a hell of a move.
Sid and Ovi on the same line.
But what
Oh
what
my-
would we give up for that? Because obviously Sid's not going to come cheap.
A lot.
I would easily say Dylan Strome would be gone.
Yeah.
He's like one of our centers. He would definitely be another prospect or a at least second round.
And that could be bolstering Pitt's future.
I mean, we all kind of know that 87 is going to get retired in Pittsburgh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but
The sad thing is, as a hockey fan, we want to see Sid compete,
Twitter's fucking
and
crazy with those AI generated pictures where you're like, oh my god.
like as a hockey fan, we want to see, like we want to see Sid on another team competing for the cup like every year, but like I think Sid kind of embodies that that fan perspective, like someone who's on the team for so long, like a fan, they're like, how could you not stay on my team?
Right.
Where they have that feel of like we're part of the team, you're part of the team. Like, how could you go chase money somewhere else? Like, we all know this is a business, and at the end of the day, players want to get paid, they want to win,
Right.
and so, yeah, they love a team, they love a city, they love Pittsburgh, but they also this is
They
their
also
They need
career.
to run the
Cup.
business.
Yeah, they want to be etched in NHL history, and they
Mhm.
want to make their mark, and they want to make money so they can retire.
I mean, close to home for you. Look at Patrick Kane. You know,
Yep.
he
That's
thought-
exactly what I was
Yeah.
thinking too.
He
Came
thought-
to the wing.
he went to the Wings. You know,
Yeah.
And-
it hurts to cheer for the Wings.
right, right. I mean, at that point, you just kind of root for the player itself. You know,
Yeah.
There's plenty of people that are player fans, and
you're right.
Oh
right,
yeah,
right.
absolutely.
That's like fan base wise, being a Cavs fan, I should hate the Penguins, but I have so much respect for guys like Sidney Crosby and Malkin, especially when they had that, you know, back to back
Mhm.
cups and stuff like that, and we just couldn't beat them at the second round. And you know, God, I hated it, but it's like, man, that's a fucking legacy that they're building there, you know. So
It'll be interesting to see, like, how much longer Sid's got left. Because
how old is he now? 39? 38?
I think
one
he's
or
like
two years
37.
he's
younger
my
than-
age, no big deal.
Yeah, he. I want to say he's like my age too. So,
He went in 03.
yeah. So
Yep.
he's close
That
to your
would've
age
been- That
actually.
would have been my year
Yeah, but I don't.
if I was any fucking good.
Ditto.
I don't see Pittsburgh becoming a winning team again. While Sid's in the league.
37 years old. So well, how much is left on his contract?
Oh, was he 05? He was 05 going in.
He was in the 05
Fleury and Burnsy were 03.
probably.
Because me and Burnsy have the same birthday.
Years, he signed September 2024, 2 years, 17.
So he signed this season a 2-year
So he's
extension.
through the end of 27 season. So 2 more years. I don't see Pittsburgh becoming a contender again.
No,
especially-
not within 2 years.
No, you
It's-
said
You don't think so?
2024?
No,
It's
I don't
24,
know,
25,
man. Like, I felt like they
25,
had a good
26.
year last year, and they just like.
I mean,
kinda-
especially you fire sale those guys that you listed.
Oh yeah,
You
I
know,
mean
and-
like stuff like that happens,
Yeah, like
or
a complete
the easier
retool on the
solution is
fly.
just-
but
the
are they
easier
gonna
solution is
do
just
it?
Go somewhere that you could win it.
Because
Colorado.
those
Colorado,
Colorado, dude, like
Carolina, fucking
Carolina.
Washington.
So, Malkin and
Vegas.
Letang,
Vegas.
they both have the 3 cups with Sid. That's one of the leading things why Sid doesn't want to leave because he's won the cups. He doesn't have to win another cup to make his mark.
Right.
So they've all won. Right
Edmonton.
now, it's just, they're staying together, playing, finishing their run out together. I don't think Malkin, I honestly believe, is the only one listed that could move that would have people be like, okay, I want Malkin, I'll pay for Malkin.
I have another talking point, and talking about talking about like adding players before the trade deadline for a playoff push. Edmonton signing ex Dallas Stars blue liner. What's his name? He's a Swede. He didn't get signed this season. He played for Toronto, I believe. Or no, I think Toronto
I
signed
know
him.
who you're talking about.
Yeah. Who's
I'm looking.
is a Swede defenseman, offensive defenseman. I think he played for Toronto. Did Edmonton sign him? Or did Toronto sign him? I don't remember.
That's how you spell Sweden?
Oh no.
Yes, John Klingberg.
Yeah, Klingberg.
Edmonton Oilers signed Swedish defenseman John Klingberg to a 1-year contract. He's been out. He's been out for what, a season or two?
I think
'Cause
so, yeah.
something happened. But me seeing him in Dallas, a lot of people complain about him, but he's got that offensive mind that generates points, And you had him up with Miro Heiskanen. They're making playoff pushes with him. Where that fits in on Edmonton's back end, I don't know. They need to generate points. Do we see Edmonton getting back?
It's possible.
Yeah,
They
I
were in
think-
first place in the Pacific until the Knights won tonight.
Really?
I
Yeah.
think they're going to make a
Yeah,
nice
so they're going
fucking
back and
hard
forth.
push.
Yeah.
Especially after that tough loss to Florida. Watching that documentary, I was like, oh man,
yeah.
that's gut wrenching. Like and that's the thing that, I don't get. A lot of people were making fun of him. It was like, you don't understand until you've been there before.
Yeah.
Because even not anywhere close to the scale, but like Lone Star Classic, anytime I would play in that, it was against our rivals, the Colorado Warriors.
Yep.
And it was a fucking No, I wouldn't even say
Most of
gone.
them went to shootouts.
Most of them went to shootouts, but it was high paced. There, people were throwing hits, people were making desperation plays, and I swear to God, I was living in my own Game 7, playing in that game, and it was
It's fun to watch, man.
It's-
Like those games are
it was
insane.
chippy in between whistles. Like it was a game, and we were competing. Emotions were high, and I remember the second tournament we had. We actually played them in it would be like the third game in the tournament, and then the fourth game was the championship. And we played Colorado, and they beat the fucking brakes off us. And we were like, what else do we have in the tank? Like kind of look yourselves in the mirror, and we get to the rink, and it's just like business, game on. Everyone gets in there, nobody's really talking to each other, and it's kind of like the Edmonton locker room where it's like, what else do you have in the fucking tank?
Yeah.
What else do you have? Put it out there. Don't be fucking selfish. Play like you want to win something. We came back, we won 4-3 that championship game. And it's because everybody locked in, everybody gave their all, and everyone adapted the system. And to go into there and lose a game, like to lose that first game, or even like be in Colorado shoes and lose that championship game where you're like, oh man, we got this in the bag, that hurts. And imagine the 82 game season that Edmonton puts together, and they crawl back from a deficit and take it to Game 7,
Yeah.
and to fucking lose it right there, man. That shit's gotta hurt.
That's
yeah.
that's rough.
That's
fucking
gotta hurt, man. So
That
like,
was some of the funnest Stanley Cup.
Oh,
playoffs.
100%,
That was
100%.
incredible.
Absolutely.
and I don't understand the people that are fucking making fun of them for that.
No,
it's like you
no.
won't
It's
know
like
unless
you
you were
said,
in
man,
their
it's that
shoes.
they don't understand.
They don't get it.
And
It's,
like,
it's the man in the arena.
Right. It's the
And
fan
this
in the
is-
stands.
Yeah, it's they don't understand what it's like.
But they don't even understand what it's like to play a beer
league.
league game. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like most of these people, like when we sit in the stands and we talk to people, Amanda will casually bring up Rob plays, beer league hockey, he plays veterans hockey. And they're like, you play hockey? Yeah, I play hockey. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But like what I've observed is most fans that are at these games have maybe played when they were a kid or never played in their entire lives.
Yeah.
So they don't understand like the competition level of that. They've never been on a tournament team. They've never been to a final. And it's obviously this big compared to the fucking Stanley Cup.
Oh, 100%.
So yeah, I don't know. And the thing that sucks for like Connor, he's my favorite player. It just sucks that like a lot of people knock on his greatness for not having a cup.
Yeah.
That's
You know?
the one thing he's missing right now.
That's all he's missing.
Yeah.
He didn't give a shit about the Conn Smythe.
Yeah, oh yeah, he didn't even walk out for that.
Yeah, and did you hear why he said?
I don't remember the
He
quote.
said I don't know the exact quote, but it was basically he could not leave his team after the way they were all feeling at that moment.
And that's
Like,
a fucking captain.
He's
That's
not
a
going to
fucking leader.
celebrate getting MVP when they all just got everything ripped away from them. that
Absolutely.
they
Oh, yeah.
wanted. He didn't
Yeah.
give a shit about that Conn Smythe
I re-
trophy.
I remember there, like right after that, like so many people, if you read comments about it, like everyone ripped him. That's
Yeah,
not
for
a
not
fucking
going to-
captain.
That's
Quit
not-
crying. Like,
yeah, like
Shut the
couldn't
fuck
even pick
up.
yourself up to go accept the trophy. Psh, bring shame to the trophy.
Yeah,
It's like,
and
who
I
gives
just
a fuck about that trophy?
I just want to, for lack of a better term, piggyback off of all that
Mhm.
because
We haven't had that word tonight.
I know.
Yeah, right.
Caveat of
It's
man,
gonna be in every pod.
However, we'll close it up with something like this because I want to mention the man in the arena. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but where Teddy Roosevelt is the one that said it and he wrote it, and we can all kind of relate to that, from serving in the military, going to combat, and and then this whole story with Connor McDavid and him taking the heat from, all the trolls, if you will.
Yeah.
And having that documentary and people blasting him for, he didn't even go accept this. It doesn't fucking matter. It's not me, it's we.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
they can't understand the man in the arena where it's not the critic, who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. That's just a couple of words, a couple of sentences out of the man in the arena from Teddy Roosevelt. So, like I said, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it basically sums up that that's the person doing. He's doing it. Everybody else around them can talk shit, have
They're
their
not doing it.
opinions,
They're not there.
have their negative. They're not the man in the arena. They're not the guy at war. They're not the first responder that's doing the job. They're not the police officer that's doing their job. You know what I mean? It's easy to look at everything from the stands,
Mhm.
but going in there and doing it, that's different.
Yeah.
And and all of us being in that position at some point in our military careers respectively, have felt that. And I feel like all of us can watch that moment in Connor's career and respect the shit out of it.
And feel for him.
Absolutely.
100%.
That is a leader. That is a captain.
I mean-
that is someone who you want to get behind and say, yeah, I will go to hell and back for this man.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's low key why I kind of want him. I kind of want him to win. you
Yeah,
know?
no, I do
absolutely.
too. Like I
Absolutely.
would,
Want 'em to
I
win.
would take them winning over the Knights. Like, and I love the fucking Knights. Hockey would be the greatest 4 years of hockey almost because fucking Avs won, fucking Knights win. Then my first team was the Panthers because I grew up in Florida.
Mhm.
Panthers just won, and Edmonton run that shit back, get your cup. We made some really good Edmonton friends over the years going to games, and two of these guys we kept in touch with for years. One of our buddies named Mike can't watch that documentary because it hurts so bad. To like the way, because we were talking every single day on Instagram or through WhatsApp while he was up in Canada because he went to Game 6 in Edmonton, and like they were convinced they were going to go to Florida and they were going to take the cup, and like he went from
So was
like
I.
yeah,
So
I
was
think
I.
everyone was, and everyone counted them out after like Game 3, losing that
Oh,
Game
yeah.
3. Like
Mhm.
they're fucking done. Like they're gonna lose it all, and like that was one of the greatest almost comebacks in sports ever. And I think they even brought up those records. There was only one team that ever came back. It was like the 1947 fucking like Leafs or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been
From a
no
3-game
other,
deficit?
from a 3-game deficit. There's only one team in NHL history that's ever done it, and I think it was even before like the Stanley Cup was like what it was.
The Stanley Cup.
And I think there was only like 12 teams in the league. You know, it's a different game now. I know we were dogging on different players and stuff in different lines, but every single player that's in the NHL is fucking elite.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. All the way around.
Yeah.
For closing remarks, do we want to do updated picks for the Stanley Cup playoffs
Yeah.
following a big trade?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to update them. We want to go this way.
Go start with Zach because I got to think about it for a
Start
minute.
with me?
and west.
Yeah.
Just east and west. Just pick one.
Carolina and Vegas.
Carolina and Vegas.
Mm-hmm. That's
Let's
what we're going to
say-
see.
Say Caps and Edmonton. Carolina is right there too, but I gotta stick with.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but Vegas and Caps.
Wouldn't that be
That
something?
would be
I could see it.
something,
I
dude.
could see
Wouldn't
it.
that
I
be
could
something?
see
I
it.
remember texting you
It's
about
not-
all you guys going, are we going to have this repeat?
Bro.
I could see it though. Like
Oh my God.
like it's
So if that
possible.
happens, if that does happen, how is the communication line going to work here?
I
Do
think
we need
we
like
can't-
liaisons?
I think we can't be super insulting because it's gonna hurt either way. But at the same time,
I
like,
say we do a live podcast during like what's
Game 7.
possible, like a possible winning.
I'm down.
I'll get
for
my
that.
buddies MMA gloves.
but if I could have just one extra, like my like dream pick, it'd be maybe Carolina versus Edmonton.
Oh man,
That way you get something
holy
different,
shit.
and
That'd be pretty
you're,
stellar
you're
too.
kind of happy
Yeah.
either way. That would be kind of sick. Those
I really want to see Vegas in it, and I think it's a real possibility. But if I'm picking, like if I got money on the line right now, I'm saying Carolina, Edmonton.
Carolina,
Yeah,
Edmonton.
final.
I think that's the favorite.
I could
Yeah.
see it though.
I think that's.
I just want to point out that was my original picks in episode 1 was Carolina and Edmonton.
That's
Ooh,
crazy.
Yeah.
Episode
dude.
1, just want to say.
So you're riding Carolina and Edmonton. Zach is riding.
I mean, I
Carolina
did
and
just say
Edmonton.
Vegas and Carolina because Vegas has been on a fucking heater.
Minus
And-
Like past few
7
games.
Yeah, but
games.
just whatever. But I just,
But
They're
it
still
is
up
what it is.
there.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
up there.
still
Yeah.
literally in
And I
first
just-
in their division.
It's a good time for them to struggle. and
Yeah.
get it back together for playoffs. So.
Yep.
And I
Exactly.
didn't say Vegas in the beginning when we started the whole show because they just were honestly they were just kind of shit in the bed, and that's no fault of their own. And we're just getting our feet under us, But I did pick Edmonton in the beginning because of who they are and what they can bring and what they showed last season and what they got on the line this year. But I still think it might be Carolina and Vegas, and I think the understudy, if you will, would be Edmonton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might change mine and actually go Carolina and Edmonton. I'm gonna jump on that wagon because I mean,
I think that's the
Carolina-
one that we'd all love
Yeah.
to kind of
Oh,
see on
dude.
like a back end.
I don't have a loser like in that series. It's like if that's the final,
That would be
I'm
an
just happy to
amazing
see who
final.
wins.
But it would be sick to have the pod if it was Vegas
Oh, yeah.
versus fucking
Oh
Caps.
my
You know what I
God.
mean? Like it's literally our
we'd
team.
be going to every game.
I would
100%.
go. Yeah,
We would be
yeah,
going
yeah.
to-
Yeah, some of us don't have that money, bro. I don't know.
Hey man, hey,
OnlyFans.
that's
My
We'll
feet
start
ain't
off
that pretty. I
reserve
can't do
with the
that.
tax money I'll be getting. Yeah.
All right, boys. I think we're gonna call that. Nate's pain meds are starting to wear off, and we've run to the pod notes. So, with that, that's episode 4. We hope you had a amazing time listening to us and listening to our mics fall down. So next pod is going to be a fun one. Episode 5 in St. Louis during the Gateway Warrior Classic. It will be live. We'll get that set up. A couple of phones for TikTok and Instagram if you're going to watch. And then obviously we hope you just still come back and watch it anyways on YouTube or listen to it on your favorite podcasting application, whatever.
Yep.
So
And I need to get my shit together and Fantasy Friday this
Yep.
Friday.
Fantasy Friday will come back out.
Yep.
Drink Horse Soldier bourbon.
Yeah.
Read The Man in the Arena. And understand it.
All right. Any more shout outs?
Go Caps.
Rempy. You
Rempy.
come on the pod?
Yes. Yeah.
We need a first NHL guest on the
Burnsy,
podcast.
I chose you guys to win the cup. Let's go.
Thanks for watching the Really Okay Hockey Podcast. Lots more fun to come. Have a great day.
Peace.